Hello and welcome to the first ever FC Pro World Championship. We're coming to you live from the spectacular Uber Eats Hall Arena here in Berlin. Over the next 4 days, the best of the best will be battling it out right here for the chance to call themselves the first ever FC Pro World Champion and walk away with an eye-watering first prize of $250,000. This competition is quite simply the pinnacle of FC Pro. So wherever and however you are watching us, sit back and enjoy the Galacticos of gaming going head-to-head for world domination here in this historic city. And joining me here on this incredible arena is none other than esports legends, a professional player in Iversen and a semi-professional player in Mr. Richard Buckley.
I'll take semi-professional. I'll also take legend, FG. You're a legend as well. This is going to be massive, isn't it?
This is a massive, massive week. Here's how the play-ins work. After an action-packed morning of play-ins, 4 players book their spots in the group stage of the main competition, but 4 places still remain. The format is simple. Win your match and you qualify for the FC Pro World Championships. Lose and you're going home. The 4 who qualify will join the 28 other players in the group stages, but who plays who will be revealed by a draw that takes place later in the show. Strap yourself in, fire up your engines and let the games begin. Well, what about the man who just did the voiceover there, Graf?
I mean, you're a Galactico yourself. What can we say? We're here in Berlin, we're here in this beautiful stage, and I gotta tell you, I'm kind of nervous because it's a 4-day tournament and it all starts here today. So, Richard, some predictions, something?
No predictions yet. I'm not going to go early, but what I will tell you, look, we kick off probably the biggest tournament of the year, technically tomorrow. Today, we're getting the finals ready. We're getting those 32 players locked and loaded. I mean, what today has offered you so far has been electric. When you look at the play-ins and you look at how this is all going to structure, everyone who is here had to win their own tournament. They had to win a 3rd league in the global series. So it is really sort of interesting to see how and why and who is going to book their place into the 32.
I mean, this is massive for these players, Grav. As a professional player yourself, this is one opportunity. You have one game. If you win, you're through to tomorrow. If you lose, unfortunately, it's been a long day and you haven't succeeded.
For example, I played the Liga Portugal with Sporting de Portugal this year. I got grouped because that's the reason why I'm here commentating. But yeah, for example, Yuval did go through top in the group here and playing. So the leagues are tough. It doesn't matter if it's not a first tier or a second tier league. They are really tough. So let's see what happens today. We have some beautiful matches coming up.
I'll tell you what though, right? This is the good bit. The power is in the hands of the players. They get to draw the groups they are in, and we've seen 4 players go through from the morning session, and first up was Yuval. Guess who he drew against, Mr. Buckley?
Tell me.
Honestly, listen, he picked the ball out, right, and we'll see his goal. We see him live on the screen, by the way. There was a few nervous people, by the way, who went through.
He dropped the ball. He's not nervous, he's shaking.
That's nerves, you know, we've seen Anders do it previously in previous things. Group B, but you know what I like there? The game face. You see that, Grab?
I mean,
the game face from him.
He's concentrated, but I remember at least he didn't broke the ball, as Anders did in the but that was funny.
Listen, well, we have got potentially 4 more players, but here is Group B, which includes Nicholas 99. It's a tough group.
That's who Yuval will play first tomorrow when we get into these groups. Jesus as well, he was incredible at the East Area where I saw him lift that trophy, and also Eze Correa coming through Argentina. 2 Argentines in the same group, and that is how the bracket will unfold in these groups. You win 2, you go through. You lose 2, come back next year.
Come back next year. It's as simple as that and as ruthless as that. What a day it's been for these players, though. Grav. Some of them, of course, the ones that we're about to see in action today, they've been playing all day in this arena. We'll come to that in a little bit because next up is Sharif, who drew out his ball as well. Now, this man was a little bit more nervous, I think, and what an achievement from him.
The main thing, we gotta remind people at home, he was just seconds out of just playing in here in these qualifying matches, but he scored a couple of goals, so that's why you can see he's shaking, because he scored 2 goals. I think it was the 80th and 85th minute, and that's why he qualified, but he qualified in this really tough Group D.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough group. We're looking at the likes of Mark 11, K1, John Montaxa, Buckley. How do you predict this one?
It's such a tough game. I mean, Sharif will be taking on Mark 11, the Aussie E-League champion. That's how he got his spot here at the FC Pro World Championships. And then you look at that other side of the bracket, K1 John, runner-up at the MLS versus League Earn's finest, FC Lorient Montaxa. It's going to be a real tough bracket. I think Sharif, does he fancy that versus Mark 11? You must do.
I mean, it's going to be a tough group. I think in some groups there's going to be some favorites, but I think in this one, the four of them will qualify. Yeah, for sure. Let's see what happens.
I would go easy on the Mark 11 chat because I can see Denman in the background just eyeballing us on the stage. They're all waiting to watch stuff. Next up is Andreas from Norway. Arguably the Oscar Bob of esports. We can see him up at the top. He had a fantastic day.
He's chilling there.
He's chilling.
Look at him just chilling out. There you go.
Job's done.
The job is done, and his draw, well, you know what? As draws go, this is probably one of the toughest draws around, as we see. Looking relaxed, like he's done all year in the FC scene, Mr. Buckley, and he drew Group E.
It's a tough group, it really is. The East Serien champion going up versus Team Hullit's Levi de Weerd, Matthias Banano from Man City, and Nathan SR, the Conmebol Libertadores champion.
Let me stop you right there. Richard Buckley, because you've been saying something for the past few days, and we know you like your predictions.
You thought you were going to get away with it, didn't you?
Come on, go for it.
Look, on the 10th of July at 6:07 p.m, I will predict that Nathan SR wins the FC Pro World Championships.
That is an incredible prediction, one which probably someone like Casey would never predict, because she never predicts anything. I'm looking at Matty in this group, but I mean, Andreas has been fantastic as well. This group is sensational, like every single group.
And I think we gotta apologize in advance to Nathan, because every single time you go for a prediction, it goes rough for the player. But I think I gotta say that Nathan was impressive playing in the Libertadores, so let's see how it goes for him, because he's one of the toughest players out here.
It's a great group. It's a great group.
It's probably the toughest group, you could say.
Now, let's talk about our fourth and final. Last but by no means least, a player that Ryan Pessoa has been absolutely loving watching. Who is it, Mr. Buckley?
Yeah, it's Ekman. It's the man who went on to pull his name out of the group. We saw him at the E-Champions League not too long ago. We finished top 16 in that particular tournament. We also saw him winning the Belgian Pro League with Bruges. He's a top player, and he's pulled himself into an unbelievable first round game, taking on Anders Vergang.
Yeah, Anders Vergang, of course, a man who just fresh off his first individual title. He'll be feeling good. He'll be feeling great. But, I mean, Ekman has caused a lot of surprises, hasn't he, Graham?
Yeah, especially in the Champions League just a month ago. He beat Umut, and he basically, I wouldn't say destroyed, but he played good. He convincingly won 7-3. And in this specific match against Anders, it's going to be tough. But even if he drops to the loser match, I think he can comfortably beat Nacho or Guibarros in a given day. So let's see what happens. This is probably going to be a good run in the lower bracket for someone.
It definitely is. And Casey had the opportunity to catch up with Ekman earlier on to get his thoughts.
Now, you do have a very impressive group tomorrow. First matchup is going to be Anders. How are you feeling about that?
I don't care, to be honest. Everyone in the World Cup is a very good player, so if it has to be Anders, it has to be Anders. I'll do my best to win the game and to qualify for the knockouts.
All right, well, you have absolutely smashed it today. We'll see if that continues on into the World Championships. Your first match is up against Anders in Group A, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much to Casey, who caught up with him earlier on. Right, I'm not being funny, but I'm really excited here, Grant.
I mean, we have now what we want. I mean, of course, us talking is funny, but you know what we're here for, to see these players play. So let's go for it.
I'm not a stand-up comedian. Nothing I say is funny. Everything I say is serious, because the FC Pro World Championships, the play-ins are nearly finished.
Probably the least serious man here, but he is being serious. And I tell you what, one of the men we're about to see right now could be the first player from India to compete in the World Championships.
History could be made very soon.
I feel like we should just get on with it, right?
I mean, that's just
let's go.
Right. That's just right.
Right, the wait is nearly over. It's time for the FC Pro World Championship play-ins to begin. A quick reminder, a win will see you through to tomorrow's group stage. But unfortunately, the loser is going home. Should we get started?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
action here in Berlin for our FC Pro World Championships, and this is where we are going to start, gentlemen. We've got the pleasure of someone who's playing tomorrow, giving us a little bit of a tee up of what's to come, and of course Ryan Pessoa joining us on the commentary booth as well. I mean, Ryan, we're nearly there. We've nearly got our final 32, but there's just 4 more tickets left to give out tonight.
Yeah, 4 more spots available. Obviously, the players will be, I think they'll be a little bit upset they didn't make it directly through the group stage, finishing top, but they've got another opportunity to make it to tomorrow.
And Levy, you've just seen someone that's drawn into your group tomorrow. Your group's done now. You can start preparing for it. What do you make of the man that's just come through?
I know it's really tough. He beat me in the Champions League. He was my only loss in the group stage, so I know he's a really good player. I didn't really mind to face anyone apart from Ekman, because he's also a good friend of mine, not because of his level. His level's insane, but you rather not play friends in this stage of the tournament. I think my group is insane, but you know that on forehand, like every group is going to be very, very tough.
Well, we're not going to hang about too long for this one. We are jumping straight into the game here. As we said, this is day 1 of the tournament. This is the play-ins, in which we will find our final 4 players that will be booking a spot through to tomorrow's final 32. And I mean, it's been a stressful day, Ryan, for these players as well, haven't they? They've been playing a day early. There was 20 in total that came through 20 different FC Pro partnered leagues, and for some, I mean, for 8 players, they're already eliminated.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, all the players, or most of the players in here anyway, are domestic champions. They've won their respective leagues this season, and they've been given in my opinion, Levy, you can talk more on this. It's a great opportunity to make the FC Pro World Championships. There's a big likelihood. There's 8 spots available between the 19 players that played today. So there's a good chance if you perform your best on your day, then you can make it into tomorrow.
I think for these 2 players, it's maybe like a once in a lifetime. It's by far the closest they have been so far, I think. And yeah, it's just 1 game, as you said. I've played these guys both in friendlies. I know they are just really good, but they also maybe know themselves that if the format was a bit different, maybe they wouldn't be in this one deciding match. But they're here now, so they deserved it.
As the guys were saying as well on the build-up to this one, there is some history involved potentially in it as well, because Charanjot has been to the playoffs 3 times before, which is basically sort of the ticket mark into getting to the World Championships. And unfortunately, he's fallen in those moments, Ryan, but when you're this close, you're 1 game away, 1 game of FC24 away from making it to the big stage, the final 32, and as FG was saying, it would be the first Indian player to represent his country at a World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a huge honour for him as he builds up his attack here again.
Let's see if he can find a way through.
Finesse.
The ISL champion, who gets his first shot of the game registered.
They look locked in, to be honest. Like, they look focused, not scared to play. They just go a lot of one triangle on Davies. This is always tough to defend.
Through Jay Sleator. Just
too much power.
Off the mark there.
I'm watching the teams, and I don't really see really interesting choices. Maybe Cole Palmer, though.
Yeah, Gerard? Would you play Gerard in midfield?
I didn't, but I know, for example, Manu loved him. I don't think he put him into his draft, but he was an option for him. So I don't really surprised to see Gerard, but Cole Palmer for me is a surprise, though. And no Ruud Gullit on Sleator's side is also a big surprise, if you ask me.
If you had to give your 3 players who you would say anyway that are must to select in the squads, who would they be?
First one is R9. Then you have either Weghorst or Haaland, one of the 2.
Yeah.
And for me also Van Dijk.
Okay.
Van Dijk's insane, I would say. He doesn't have the aerial plus, but on the ground he's by far the best.
And was you happy when you had the decision come through that it was basically no drafting for this World Championships, or would you have minded a draft, or were you happy just to be able to use any player in the game?
I think it's just better in general, because the team would be like really good anyway. Only the subs would maybe be worse. And I think we just love to have all the players available. You see different choices, like just personal preferences with no restrictions. So I think it's fine. For me, it wouldn't be a problem if there were restrictions, but like this, it's perfect.
Well, at the moment, Charanjot has been knocking the door quite a few times for JP Sleator. Great of the game, Ronaldinho, a fan's favourite in these teams who will continue to be a danger across the next 4 days here in Berlin. Pull it. Believe or not, playing as a right back, not in his normal Central midfield position. Still is available there on the overlap and just offside. Well, I'm sure we'll speak about it as the match unfolds as well. As Haaland looks to get around Hullet there. Second time of asking, goes for a power shot, which
Searching for a corner, this smart.
was uncanny, but as Levy says, it's a smart way to win a corner of how good the aerial plus is. Finesse from distance, that one time green from Cole Palmer.
He's not afraid to take a shot. Genuinely, anytime he gets around the area, he's happy to
so
shoot.
direct. Also with like the play lock, I want triangle passes even from his own half.
Yeah.
Sleator is just going for it. Searching for corners, which are so dangerous.
Seen that a few times as well when you get in those areas, Ryan, where if you just go for a power shot, you time something green, you're not going to score, but you're going to get a corner.
Yep, and this is it again, whipped in.
Quick corner played in all the way through. He has timed it green, but the connection's been terrible. He's got another corner. That's the Irish FC Pro player. That one quickly played in. The idea is to get into Haaland. And at the moment, any pressure that's gone their way, Konate has just done enough to stop Haaland making a danger. Can he stop him now? Again, another corner.
At some point it has to go in.
Quick front post, flick on!
Oh, good save.
Well, what are we on, corner 6? 25 minutes in still.
He also can't clear it.
Can't deal with this danger that's coming his way from the UCD Dublin man. Trevella Green!
Wow.
Well, that's a decent way to start the match.
Wow, that's the reward of getting like 5 or 6 shots off, I would say. Insane.
Yeah.
Trivella. It's also, again, a shot to get a corner, but it just flies in.
Yeah,
because
green timed as well.
Yeah, Trivella's nowadays, like, they're not consistent. The chance this going in is maybe like 20 to 30%, but he knows he gets a corner for sure. So yeah, he has a good strategy, I would say. It works as of yet. So annoying to play against, though.
It's probably a silly question. You've been playing a lot of practice games in the last 24 hours since you beat a Levy. Can anyone stop anyone in the box from corners, or are we just flipping a coin every single time?
I would say there's difference. Some people are better at taking them and some people are better at defending them. But sometimes you just can't do anything against it because you get switched off from the players sometimes. Charanjot with a good attack, though, straight from kickoff. That's a good response. That's a really good response.
Well, it's an instant reply from Charanjot.
Who makes it 1-1 all square.
It's great build-up play as well. Look for the spaces, chose the right passes. R9 Ronaldo, of course, that's why you said he was one of your marquee players that most players should have in their team. There was actually one player in the play-ins actually that doesn't have R9 Ronaldo.
Wow.
Chose Kenny Dalglish instead.
Kossu. I played him in friendlies. I was like, what? No R9, but not gonna lie, the Dalglish worked for him when I played him. He was really good.
Let us know in the Twitch chat as well if you've got any questions for Levy, what it takes to improve your game, the mental side of the game as well. Obviously one of the best players in the FC scene.
Mbappe making a couple of player locks.
Charanjot every time looking for the cutback. Well, Sleator is playing like one under depth, something I already noticed. So when you pass the ball back then, his defense is stepping up every single time. Makes it so hard sometimes to be able to create chances. I think if he goes 1 or 2 times just direct, just for the sideline, then the byline, it will work. But this way...
Could be a great chance to break away. Mbappe will continue his run. Haaland's quite wide, but at least he's going to try and win a corner there. If it wasn't for Hullet.
It's about, what, 6 touches from the goalkeeper's hand from the throw.
He's
First
so
time over the
direct.
top. He's just transitioning just instantly.
A chance to break away again as Arno got the pace on him.
Good defense. Wow.
That ball again. Not going to keep it in, though. We saw JP say it obviously earlier on this season, Brandon, at the E-Champions League. Notably, I remember his game against Tex.
It just came a bit too late, didn't it, for him there?
Yeah.
He came out and he said, sort of on social media as well, that it was his first time playing at a land of that size, and he gave his opposition a bit too much respect. And I think by the end of it, of course, he was involved in the Tex situation there in the Champions League when he fell out early in the competition. And I think, if anything, he took that as a great experience from him. As we said, he won the E-League of Ireland. And that was the way he got to both the Champions League and to the play-ins. And if he can win this game here, he'll build his way to a World Cup. Saved them, powered away. Quick corner comes in. That one managed well by Schmeichel.
Good goalkeeper movement. Charanjot noticed that like 5-6 corners before it was just taken quickly.
Yeah.
They're curling in. Next corner is going to be a mind game though, because now he has moved it. Is Sleator going to cross it again, or is he going to take his time?
Ronaldinho dropping a little bit deeper there.
This game is end-to-end though. Finesse again.
Yes.
Surely not from Hullitz.
Great goalkeeper movement.
What is it about goalkeeper movement there for you? Is it just picking the side? Do you move the keeper back as well, or is it just...
Yeah, I don't want to give too many away, but no, it's, yeah, you know the finesse is coming, so you just need to move it like to the far post 9 out of 10 times. Although
Havertz all the way from left back.
green time to finish.
I mean, that's how you use your fullbacks, Ryan Pessoa.
Started to come into this game a lot more, Charanjot, as this game has progressed. At the start, I felt as if JP Sleator was destined to get 1 or maybe 2 before Charanjot even got a response in this game. I think what helped him is that quick response. That 1-1 there, just to ease his nerves a little bit, and it was a great finish there from Havertz too.
94, how?
Yeah, I'm surprised there. Maybe instead of using the other, maybe chemistry reasons.
Yeah, I know Mark 11 lost the 94 as well. He uses him above the, I think the 97 it is now.
Yeah.
Just because of the play styles, which are so important in FC 24, of course.
Do you value play styles more than stats, would you say?
We had a discussion with like the Team Gullit guys as well, and some play styles it does, because I think you rather have a player with like ping pass and 90 passing than 99 passing, for example.
Without the play style?
Yeah, without the play
I agree.
style.
Yeah. It's onside.
Time of just 1 minute, and that will do us for the half-time interval here. And we are all square as it currently stands. It was an instant reply from Charanjot, but the halfway point, it is 1-1 in this qualification game for the FC Pro World Championship. Someone else that had a closer eye on the action was our very own Richard Buckley. Rich, what do you make of the first half?
Yeah, it's what I expected. It's quite tight, it's quite cagey, and I want to look at the equalising goal. We're going to pull it up here from Charanjot, and it's the work down the byline. Let's roll this on. It's Havertz, and what he's looking for, just always, when you get down the byline, is that driven pass inside, that R1X into these spaces, and he gets it. Just pause the clip right there as he gets the ball in with Ronaldinho. It's a driven pass straight in to Ronaldinho's feet, and as soon as this ball is in this area, he's got options. He's got R9, he's got Mbappe, and really what I want to highlight for you is the defensive gamble you've got to take. You've got your 2 centre-backs right there. Do you close the ball down? Do you come into this area? Do you try and spin and look for this area to mark instead? And unfortunately for JP Sleator, we can roll this clip on, he just gambles wrong. He comes towards Ronaldinho, we can see it play out, and it's the equalising goal for Charanjot into R9. He goes to tackle. It's a great finish. It's green time from Charanjot, and when you start to see how this game is unfolding, it's the long shots, it's the corners for JP Sleator. For Charanjot, he's looking to fire it in. What will come out on top? Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Richard. Great to hear there as well on what you made of the first 45 minutes. As we said, it's all square, and all the games you are seeing on day 1 here from Berlin are qualification games. We've got 28 players that are already into the World Championships. We need to find 4 more today. We have got Levi de Weerd, who is playing in action tomorrow. We've got a few questions for him as well from you at home as well. We can see the chat. We'll float them up as we kick off our second half of action here. And we'll kick off with probably quite a simple one from our good friend DJ Alex. Coming in best formation that you like using.
It is boring to say, but it is 4-3-2-1. I think 99% of the pros playing it, apart from maybe Johnny and a few. It is just the best formation this year, not a doubt.
This chance comes in from Charanjot first, who finds his shot blocked there. The player you look forward to using the most in this tournament, as we said, there is no sort of draft restrictions on the players at this FC Pro World Championship. They can use any player in the game up to today's day. Who is the number 1 player on the list?
Yeah, R9 for me. He is the first on the team sheet, so I have to name him, I guess. The 5-star. He's just always in my team. I never skip R9 basically, and now he maybe has the best card he has ever had in any edition of the game. So,
does it surprise you that how many years on we are now in EA Sports FC, and he's still one of the best icons in the game? It just feels like no matter what icons come in, no matter what promos come in, he is just always levels above the rest still.
Yeah, he just has it. Even the 95, like a few weeks ago, before like the 98 was out, a good chance for GP. A good cross, that's a goal.
This is Haaland!
You can see it coming.
All square again at 2-2. You said the words, Levy, you can see it coming. At what point here is it obvious that we are going for a back post cross?
It's just open. Also, he plays Gullit, who doesn't have the aerial plus. A lot of players play like a fullback, like Stones, Militao, Joselu. You know, Gullit is not going to win it like 99 out of 100 times against Haaland, unfortunately. But a good goal, in my opinion. Like, you need to reach the byline there, because if you give it too early, he still has a chance. Now there's no chance for the goalkeeper and for Gullit.
Well, we can't ask for much more right in our first game here from Berlin.
Ooh. What would you say, Levy, to stop that in that situation? Or do you think, is it goalkeeper movement, maybe to the back post to gamble?
You have to try and go for a double triangle, but like this was the first time he did a cross, so he probably didn't expect he was going to move it and he can shoot or power shot. So now we just had to do like double triangle, but sometimes you just focused on defending as well, so you don't really think about the double triangle these situations. But yeah, the ideal situation, he would have performed the double triangle goalkeeper movement and catched it with Schmeichel.
Alphonso Davies dispossessed there. That's his Copa America. In-game item after that, a decent run into the semi-finals in that competition.
Wow.
Mbappe somehow gets that one around the corner of Kai Havertz somehow. Zidane,
Space now.
his pass is deflected by his own player. This could be a chance to break away now for Charanjot. What a potential counter-attack. Step overs are nice for Ronaldinho, that custom animation that he always seems to have, and just got a bit too confident maybe there, Ryan.
Yeah, I felt as if maybe he was thinking the cut inside for the finesse is very obvious. Obviously the playstyle plus finesse shot, we know the goalkeeper movement would have come into play there for JP Sleator. What do you think about Ronaldinho in this game, though?
He's really good.
I'm surprised to not see him in. We look through some of the drafts behind the scenes of a lot of the players, and not too many players have him in. I'm surprised at that.
I think it's also because we are like used to having like Haaland, R9, Mbappe.
Yeah.
And then it's either like in the 4-3-2-1, are you going to play 3 midfielders? Then obviously Ronaldinho's out. Are you going to play 4 attackers and 2 midfielders? Then he is there for the left centre mid or right centre mid position. But yeah, it's just the debate you need to have with yourself. And you also have people playing CR7 or Haaland and Weghorst even. So then there's no place for Ronaldinho, unfortunately.
Well, I think it was about 2 years ago that Weghorst popped up during the World Championships, and he's back again. You know, as a fellow Dutchman, is it nice to see him in, or is it bad memories?
In a kind of way, we had Haaland already, so Weghorst is also all right. I don't know what he does to earn these cards, because for the Netherlands he's been insane in the Euros so far. I hope we beat England tonight.
Oh, don't say that.
I hope we beat England tonight and he scores, but he is not as good in real life as the cards you get, because the cards from him in the insane. Obviously because he's like 6', I think, aerial plus.
Coming from that question, Ronaldinho, we were speaking about what is in the team. Maybe he's a bit of a gamble, but if he is to be the player that's done enough to send him into the World Championships, it would certainly be worth that gamble. Charanjot 3-2 up. We'll go back to that question as well. We had a message coming from Nick who said, how do you defend those big switches of play?
I think you just have to accept them and like make sure you track back with your attackers and midfielders, so don't get too many players out of position. Just drop back a bit, because if you're going to try to press, 9 out of 10 times you're going to lose it and your players out of position, and then you get exactly the situation Richard showed in halftime, where you need to make a choice, and that's not what you want.
Keep those questions coming in, of course. We have Levy de Weerd here of Team Hullet.
Charanjot's done really well, actually,
tomorrow
to track those runs in behind. You notice that JP Sleator lacks those first time or those L1 triangles over the top.
Balls come in here from Sleator.
A lot of quick passing going around. I think he is feeling very confident now. Charanjot took a bit of the control in this game now. When I say that, he's losing the ball, of course.
Yeah. So look at the run there from Davies. He has to try and watch the player in possession. He does really well here. Haaland could have been in behind.
He was on his way there, wasn't he? But Charanjot didn't go for that pass. Dispossessed by Zidane. I'm not sure when that pause will come in for JP Sleator, but in the meantime we'll have a chance to break away. Has he got the legs Cole Palmer? It's a brave tackle from Kanate. Dispossessed again, they're on the half turn. Cuts it back into R9, finesse!
Finish.
One mistake and you will be punished at this level.
Yeah, undefendable, even with goalkeeper movement, the finesse. He has the finesse plus, green timed, you can't do anything about it.
Yep, it's a mistake. Tries to switch the play, trying to twist and turn in possession with Kossu, not someone that's the most nimble, and then obviously the decisiveness from JP Sleator. We know with the finesse shots with R9 in game, as Levy said, you can move the goalkeeper all you want, but if you green time it from that close to the goal, you're always going to find the back of the net.
Well, it's one thing getting the chance, Ryan, isn't it? But then still just remaining composed as ever to ensure you time those shots green. That is always the big difference that we say about these players at this level. And
not overplaying it as well. He had another player that was sort of running in support. He could have slowed it down, try and play an extra pass, but he knew what he wanted to do.
Well, it certainly hasn't disappointed, has it? Our first qualification game here. Remember, this is day one. We've had our play-ins today here at the FC Pro World Championships in Berlin. Tomorrow we will kick off the group stages with 32 players battling out as part of that $1 million prize pool. And on Saturday, one player will pick up $250,000. Are you even thinking about the money at this point?
Another mistake from Charanjot.
Cuts it back, he's on again.
Yeah. Nah, come back to the question, I don't. I never do, to be honest, when I play a tournament.
Quick corner comes in Kanate.
I don't think anyone does, because you will not play better if you think about the money. It can only be a disadvantage.
I was speaking to a few pros yesterday, I mean, including Oberon, who's here as a coach. He said, yeah, as soon as you start thinking about the money first, your career's coming to an end.
Yeah, Oberon has spoken then, because exactly how I think about it.
Of course, you've got to get there on Saturday first as well. It's going to be a difficult few days. Only half the players will make it through tomorrow into that top 16. And we're building and building from there. R9 finds R10. Oh no! It's a red time shot or a tackle. I'm not sure
What happened there?
It deserved the goal though.
Yeah, it did.
The attack was really great.
Goal scored opportunity, but we'll see again on the replay.
I want to see what happens. Does he mistime it? He does. Wow.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem happy. He's just got 4-3 up.
Red timed, in my opinion, still has to go in. If I be honest. Because
Brian,
the chance he created,
is great.
I think the animation from R9 just took long, and that's why he timed it red. I think
it did.
I don't think he like spammed the button or was really too early, because the animation looked really weird. That's why he was able to tackle him still. Could also be a pen and a red card. Are we going to see an extra time here? I'm feeling one, I think.
It wouldn't be a bad way to start our first match up here in Berlin. Last couple of changes being made there from JP Sleator. Let's jump back into the game now. Will it be North East United and Charanjot heading into the final 32 tomorrow as part of this year's World Championships? He's got 15 in game.
Pedri coming on, also interesting choice.
Are we going to see an instant reply? There's never been more than one goal between the two. I score, you score, quite literally. Speaking of Pedri, he does get his first touch. It didn't last too long as he was crowded there. One handful of players. Weghorst, welcome. He's just come onto the pitch now, that 99 physicality that will be impactful as ever. There's an offside call. It's a free kick that's wasted. Well, that touch isn't pretty, is it? You can feel the nerves, you can see the nerves. For one person, it's the start of what could be a really exciting 3 days, and for the other, he can conclude it now if he can get through. Has he got the legs on around the French defender? The angle's tight. Does win a corner. Taking quite long on it, flicked it on, it goes all the way through. Thankfully, Haaland is back there. For a split second there, Ryan, Schmeichel was beaten.
But once I saw Weghorst move in front of the keeper, thought this game
I thought it was
done.
done.
It's done. Yep. It's fortunate. Ball over the top again.
He's going to get there.
Ball.
He's going to get round the defender. I'll be on for a 4-4. Quick play, switch. Oh, it's beautiful. Cole Palmer!
That's well played. That's liquid. That's
Cold
beautiful.
as
That's good.
ever. The problem with these two, they just can't hold on to a lead.
That's a great play look there. Into Cole Palmer, as we said. You questioned the choice of him. He's actually come up clutch there for JP Slater later on in this game.
Yeah, actually, the card is really good, but you just don't see him often with all the cards just being released. He obviously has good play styles, but the finesse power shot, the dead ball also, I think. But everyone almost play with Crow, so the dead ball is basically useless. Yeah, he's just a really good card, but there are better options in my opinion.
He wouldn't be near your team then.
A little spoiler, he's not in my team.
Is there any interesting players that are on your bench at least tomorrow? Anyone?
I don't think so. I think I'm always quite boring when it comes to like the teams. It's just like regular, no surprises at all.
Speaking of Pedrick.
Wasn't for Virgil van Dijk. That could have been a terrible ending.
Last 3.5 in-game minutes. Winner goes into the FC Pro World Championships tomorrow. Bellingham, De Bruyne, this is where you need to step up into online! Is this the start of the first bit of history being made in Berlin? Charanjot might be on his way to his first ever World Championships representing India.
The celebration, I like it.
What do you think about the shot choice there towards the near post? Obviously, R9, you'd normally think there'd be a finesse with the play style. I wonder actually if there was any goalkeeper movement, thinking for the finesse, I'm not sure.
I also couldn't really see if it was green timed or not.
No, it was.
If
it was green timed,
okay, then it can go in.
Yeah.
But if there was goalkeeper movement, then insane choice.
Yeah.
If there wasn't, maybe a bit of luck on his side, though.
Can he pull this back one more time? He's been in these positions so many times.
That's a horrible offside trap.
Oh no!
God.
Can he find a cutback? Haaland always so reliable in the air. Hosselu.
That's the difference between Gullit and Joselu, I would say.
The aerial plus play style.
Added time with 3 minutes. It's not friendly in 9 minute halves. It's a long 3 minutes.
Oh.
Gets possession too. Two in-game minutes away from the World Championships tomorrow is Charanjot. Whereas JP Slater got one more trick up his sleeve. Look at the amount of blue shirts going forwards.
Wow.
1.5 in-game minutes. Just hang on to the ball. That's all he's got to do. Gets dispossessed again. North comes back for a free kick.
That should be GG's. Go back to the goalkeeper. The time is...
He should be over the line for the first time in FC history. There will be an Indian representative at the World Championships. Charanjot will be there tomorrow as part of the best 32 players in the world. And we said it so many times, Ryan. 3 times before he's been to the playoffs where you are 1 or 2 games away from the World Championship. But this year, he's got over the line.
Yep, he really has. Congratulations to him, and of course, commiserations to JP Slater. End-to-end game. As you said, it weren't a 2-goal gap between them at any moment in that game, and it's devastating to lose this close to the FC Pro World Championships. But Charanjot, of course, we've yet to be seen what group he gets pulled into, but it's going to be a tough ask for him tomorrow. But he'll be on top of the world right now, qualifying.
And Levy, last couple of words before you go into battle tomorrow. How are you feeling? Looking forward to it? Your group's all locked in now. I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? That you work all year for.
Yeah, it is. I qualified pretty early through the FC Pro Open, so I knew it was coming. But obviously now I'm getting a bit tension in my body. But I'm really looking forward to compete tomorrow. Not gonna lie. It has been long to compete for such a big thing, I would say. And yeah, I just hope to show my best. I don't mind if I finish first or second. I just need to get to the knockouts, and then it's a different tournament. So first of all, like, focus to tomorrow. It's gonna be really tough. That's what I know. But I'm happy. I hope the guys supporting me, I can give you what you want and make it through to the knockouts tomorrow.
I'm sure you'll make them proud. Levy Weerd, thank you so much for joining us on the commentary booth there. First game done and dusted, but there is, as we said, more history being made in the FC Pro scene. For now, it's down to FG and the rest of the team.
Yes, thank you very, very much to Brandon Smith, Levy Weerd and Ryan Pessoa. Did everything right, Levy, apart from say he wanted England to lose tonight. But one man who's just won the first ever Indian player to qualify for the World Championship. Charanjot, congratulations.
Thank you. It means a lot, you know. India, though a huge country, but it's like a very small country in the esports scene. But yeah, it's a huge achievement for me and India, so yeah, thank you.
Now, talk to me about the end of that game, because that was absolute madness, end to end. I mean, anything could have happened, but how was your stress levels in the last 3 to 5 minutes of the game?
I think throughout the game I was a bit stressed, but once he kept on equalizing, I was like, okay, like I can chill now. Like he'll equalize, but I can outscore him. So that was my aim, to outscore him, but I couldn't. But luckily, you know, I just prayed when a shot with Arne, it goes in, and somehow it went in. And yeah, I think the last 4 or 5 minutes I defended well, except the offside trap. Yeah.
Well, listen, the power's in your hands now, because in front of us, we've got your fate, and you're going to pick it out. You're going to give the balls a little spin, and you're going to pick the group that you're in, and then you're going to show the camera the group that you've picked. First things first, though, before we get to that, talk me through the celebration. Can we see more of that tomorrow?
Hopefully, like if I need to play better than this, obviously, if I do play my game like how I'm playing in practice, I think, yeah, you can see more of it.
Well, let's hope that for your sake we do see it now. The balls are in front of you, so ready when you are. Give them a good shake and pick the group that you will be playing in tomorrow in the World Championships. And you have picked out Group H. Any idea who's in that group?
Not a single clue, I'll be honest.
Well, you're in a group with Emery Yilmaz, Kuma and Johnny. How do you feel?
Not the best of groups, but I think if you're in the World Cup, there are just the best 32 players, if I'm not wrong, so I can take any group.
Well, listen, a massive, massive congratulations. You've been absolutely exceptional. You're through. Any plans for the evening? Just going to chill out, relax, or a bit more practice?
I'll practice, I think.
Well, listen, congratulations. We'll let you head off that way, and we will see you tomorrow at the World Championships. EA Sports FC tournaments are now live on PS5 and PS4. Compete for FC points and more in Ultimate Team or Kickoff mode. To sign up on PS5, head to the FC24 Game Hub on your PS5 and look for upcoming tournaments. You can also register in-game by scrolling to the bottom of the FC24 main menu and selecting PlayStation Tournament. On PS4, you'll find tournaments in the Event tab on your console. Sign up and show off your skills on PlayStation Tournaments. Right, remember, the longer you watch the broadcast tonight, the more you are in line to receive rewards in the game, including XP and packs. Each day, there are unique rewards to each broadcast. If you watch today, and you will be up for a Lone Player Jumbo Premium Gold Pack, Air Players Pack, Ultimate Pack. Be sure to link your EA your viewership rewards. We've seen one player make it through, and we aren't done yet. Join us after the break, where we'll see another player make it to the World Championships.
PlayStation.
Hello and welcome back to the FC Pro play-ins here in Berlin. Joining me on the stage is Mr. Ryan Pessoa and Brandon Smith. Look, we've just watched a sensational game there, haven't we, Brandon?
It's not a bad way to start life here in Berlin, is it? I mean, what a dramatic end. 7 goals between the two of them, but history made. India on the map. They're there tomorrow as part of the best 32.
You know what I absolutely love, Ryan? How the players win the game and then they get to pick their own fate, so they can't blame us. I mean, the group that he got drawn into, featuring some big names, Johnny. Tough group.
For me, it's probably the hardest group. I think on paper, you could argue maybe Levy's group as well with Matthias Nathan as well is a tough group. But to be drawn up against Emre Yilmaz's first game, it's back to reality straight away.
Something about the underdog story though, isn't it, Brandon? I absolutely love it. This is what the World Championships are all about. You've got an opportunity, and to be the best, what have you got to do?
Be the best.
Fair play, that was pretty good. I'll give you that
I would say the great thing about this World Championships is, look, some people won their leagues a long time ago. You know, we talk about E-Premier League, yeah, that was a long time ago. Manchester City, yes, those boys have still been at their level, but there is no guarantee. Just because you won something many months ago, you're coming into this, a $1 million tournament, there's no guarantees. You know, you're guaranteed to go to the knockout stages. You're absolutely right. There could be some underdog stories, and I think there will be some.
Well, there will be some, most definitely. We've got another game coming up. How do you see this one going?
Oh, this is a big one. Two players I actually know very well, obviously, from my years of competing. Isopower and Kossu, top players. I'm actually surprised Isopower maybe didn't finish top of his group, be someone that I put as one of the best players in play-ins, but I'm sure he's got a tough game on his hands.
Well, let's not keep you waiting any longer, shall we? Because it's time for our second game. One of these players will be making it to the FC Pro World Championship group stage tomorrow, and unfortunately the loser will be going home.
Game 2 of the FC Pro play-ins here live in Berlin. Richard Buckley, Gravison, and our very special guest, Mark 11, joining us for another player to book their place into the FC Pro World Championships. Kick-starting tomorrow, 32 players going head-to-head to battle it out for 250,000. Mark, firstly, how are you? Big day coming up tomorrow, big tournament looming. You made it very, very far last year at the World Championships, losing a penalty shootout. How do you feel coming into this week?
It's honestly, like, it's massive. Everyone wants to be here. Who doesn't want to be here, to be honest with you? If these guys lose, they're not going to be happy. But yeah, I've been pretty well. Practice has been going maybe too good. I'm winning too many games, which is kind of a bit weird, because if you play bad in friendlies, you do better in the game somehow. But yeah, I've probably lost 2 games, so it's a bit weird.
We need to find another player, Grav. We've got Finland with Kossu, the Finnish E-League champion, up against the E-Super Cup champion from Turkey. Galatasaray were his victims in the final for Fenerbahce. Will it be Kossu, his victim now? Will Isopower get that spot? How do you see this game unfolding?
It's a good game coming up, because this could potentially be a game that could happen back in the days in 2019, 2018, 2020. And it's interesting to see how these players are going to perform. First, we see Kossu using John Stones as a right back, which is an interesting option. What do you think about that? Kossu.
Don't say that. I use him.
Yeah?
He's in my team tomorrow, so John Stones is in my team. So I hope he does well for me.
Are you using him as a fullback, centre
Stay
back?
back, area plus. He wins every head against Haaland, so it's obviously a must. You have to stop that. Kamavinga as well. It's also a different pick here too, and Paulo.
Yeah, I know. For some players, it's a shame that France lost yesterday, because he was supposed to be 5-star, right? But no, he's not, because obviously they lost against Spain. Another question for you, Mark, and I think it's going to be some kind of debate over these coming days between Haaland and Weghorst. What do you think? Who's the best one out of those two?
I think it's honestly a bit of a no-brainer. Weghorst is taller and he's got the magnet or first touch play style, so you see those two. I think it's easy, and then you just get Haaland on 70th minute, which is quite dangerous. I'd probably recommend using Weghorst to all my opponents, but yeah, I think for me he's the best one.
I have to tell you, while we're in a small sort of technical pause here, getting Kossu familiar with his surroundings, first game that he's played down here on the main stage, everything else being sort of taking place behind the scenes. It's extremely warm.
if we could have a camera here just pointing at Richard Buckley, because
Sweating.
he's sweating, yeah, he's sweating. But let's see how this game starts, because for me, John Stones,
I like it.
I think he could be. I was using Araujo as a right back, which obviously now, 2 months later, is not usable in my opinion. But back 2 months ago, having a really tall fullback staying back, countering that aerial plus threat from Weghorst, I think is mandatory. And if he has also another play styles defensive-wise, or even the long ball pass or whatever, it's even more usable. So I agree with you. I didn't like Joselu that much. I preferred Araujo, and I think John Stones is even a better version
Just
of
to
him.
keep you updated with what you're watching here, Kossu will be kicking from left to right. And from right to left, representing Fenerbahce will be ISO Power.
Xavi. That's interesting.
It is, but there are people that use him. He's obviously like 30k, but like he is actually used by a few top pros too. So I don't mind their pick, but I think he's a bit too short for me to play in the middle.
How hard was building the team? Did it sort of fall into place? Because probably for the first time this year, there's been a real flexibility in player selection as Kai Havertz slides Andre Pirlo in, back to Haaland. First time finish from ISO Power. All one touch, and the finish exquisite.
Yeah, he did overcommit with Hullet at the start of the play, and then that pass to Pirlo was amazing. And sometimes, maybe Mark agrees with this, you decide to take a touch and then shoot because the first time shot is not that good, but Haaland.
I would have not been surprised if that didn't go in. I've seen these probably 80% miss, so he takes that for sure, ISO Power. But yeah, that could have easily gone out and then corner, but yeah, that's a good goal from ISO.
Coming back for the Richard question, he's using now Davies and Stones. What do you think about the combination of maybe a long ball pass with another fullback, and then maybe the first touch with the other fullback to just kind of run when you're switching out the play? What do you like with your using fullbacks?
I have Kai Havertz. I think he has the best like step over to Haaland here. It's gonna be goal. Well, not dangerous, but yeah, as I was saying, like Havertz for me, he's the fastest left back, best step over, ping pass. I'm also using the 94 instead of the 97, which people won't be expecting, but yeah, he's got ping pass, R1, long ball silver. I'll use him and Stones. Stones get a ball, long ball straight to Havertz, and then we're still on goal.
Again, another pause coming in here. I think just a few settings changes that are wanting to be altered here for Kossu. Clearly unhappy with something,
yeah.
Mark. You must have been in this situation before. You get down there on the main stage, maybe first time playing a new pod or first time playing a new station, and it just doesn't feel right. So you want to make sure that everything is correct in those controller settings.
Yeah, it's definitely important to make sure you're playing on classic, not alternate or anything like that. So yeah, you need to have the right settings, or else it can be dangerous for your gameplay.
You got any questions for Mark 11? Been ever present throughout this year, the FC Pro Open.
Don't remind me of that.
For all of his 2 weeks he was there. And then the huge success coming from the losers bracket, I believe it was, at the Aussie E-League.
Yeah, loss was my first loss out of like 15 games, I think. So I went 14-1 to qualify to here.
Wow. That's all I can say. Wow.
Last time Graf saw 14-1 winning champs record.
Yeah. That's my champs record. That's not my pro record any day of the week. What's interesting, I think Ryan pointed this out, so in point. Kossu is the only player using Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah.
Beautiful play. Mbappe with the strike. ISO Power carving Kossu open right now.
Yeah, this instance, Kossu is not feeling comfortable with the settings, with the way he's playing. He's overcommitting with, in this case, Konate, in the previous case with Ruud Gullit. I do think when you overcommit with anyone of the defenders, really, you get punished, especially if your opponent thinks as quick as his power did. But we could definitely see Kossu is not comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I suppose obviously that's a good start. You take it whether your opponent's not feeling well or sick or his settings are wrong. You take it 2-0 up, and now he's in a very good position. I've also versed ISO Power back in Sweden, the DreamHack. He's very good at attacking. I'll give him that. Obviously, here 2-0 in 20 minutes. Keeps going like this. He scores 9 goals, so it's looking good for him.
How did that match end?
I ended up 3-0 to me, I'm pretty sure. So it was a clinic, I would say. Obviously, I think my defending's pretty good as the R9 here's through again.
You're just going to take that space away from John Stones. Not quick enough or strong enough to get off R9's coattails. Pinged back inside. Camavinga now takes over. A little bit of technical dribbling, trying to find a space. And in these areas of the pitch, it's all one touch for ISO Power.
Brilliant.
Wow.
What a goal. What a goal, Richard Buckley.
I feel like out of the three of us, I'm not the one here to be breaking it down.
That is a good goal. Again, look who it is. Kai Havertz. Look at that step over. Speed boost, R1X again. Pirlo. That's a bit lucky there, 180 turn, but it's a good goal. ISO 3-0. Looking really good, as you can see from his emotions too.
You can see, yeah, what it feels to him. For me, the main thing about this is when you make that run with Pirlo, he had two possible options with Pirlo and Haaland. And with Konate at that last second, Kossu decided run. He decided to try to cover the pass into Haaland and Pirlo again. It was kind of a similar goal to the first one, but then he went for an extra pass this time, and this could be not dangerous for him, but
I
he's
feel
pressing.
as though there's a real juxtaposition between the first and the second game that we've seen. The first game, JP Sleator and obviously Charanjot, who went on to win, it looked really nervy, and I think they were both more than anything. ISO players who have played at big major events before, representing their country, playing in old sort of Champions Cup models as well. Had a lot of time on this game, but ISO Power is, I don't want to say the phrase old man in him, but he's been there, he's done it, Grav, he's got the t-shirt, and he's making this game look really, really simple.
Well, another person that felt the experience last year and the European run is you, Mark, so we got to remind people at home that Mark is joining us here, so if you have any questions at all, please, from Twitch chat, let us know. And this is going to be my question, Mark.
That's nice.
Okay, Schmeichel takes it. If you're in this position, you're Kossu, and you're 3-0 down, and nothing's feeling good, how do you approach the game?
But that was a good start to Kossu's performance there. But honestly, 3-0, I know it sounds a lot, but this is a long, long game. He scores the next one, he's straight back into it. I'll keep playing the same. If it gets to half-time and it's 3-0, you got to change something, the depth, formation, anything. But 3-0 so far. If he gets the next one before half-time, that's all we really need, to be honest.
Just a couple of stray passes there from ISO Power have opened the door to Kossu. However, I talked about in the halftime analysis between JP Sleator and Charanjot. Sometimes when you are defending, you two obviously talked about not stepping out. Sometimes you've got to, and you've got to take a bit of a risk and move out of the defence to win the ball back. And what ISO Power did just there, stepping out with that back four to win it back. Really nice. The space there once again for Kai Havertz into Ronaldo Nazario, but Konate with a good interception.
I think if Anticipate Plus, if you have that, you've got to simply step up, like Konate, Van Dijk, Stones, Davies. If you have those players, you just click circle and run and you win that ball.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I think people are using Toni Kroos, for example. Because if you're using Xavi, maybe he's good on the attack, but on the defense, he's going to be lacking something. And Kroos, with Anticipate Plus, it just covers everything.
Hullet is back as well. We've not seen a lot of him throughout this year.
I can't believe that. Even in this tournament, a lot of people are not using him. His card is honestly unreal. Anticipate, pinged, and Hullet aura, really. So if you see that, you have to use him, I feel.
It'd be rude not to use him.
Come on, get out of here.
Richard, do better.
Come on, get out of here. What do you think, Ruud Hullet? Midfield, fullback?
I think left centre mid for me. You can't play him centre because he doesn't have long ball, so left centre mid for me would be the best position. Even fullback, but obviously he lacks aerial plus, so
I mean, we've seen a midfield three of Camavinga, Pirlo and Hullet here.
Yeah. We'll also see Kossu's though. He's got Xavi and Vitinha. That's a very...
Are they too similar?
They are. They're also too similar, and they're too weak, too small. Like, you need someone with a bit of... He's got Hullet, obviously, but I think you need one more, except for those two.
I agree. Especially when you're playing against, for example, in this case, Ruud Hullet and Camavinga, they're too strong.
Exactly, yeah.
Basically. For example, I was watching Hesser's training today. He was trying stuff, and he was using Ruud Hullet and McTominay as fullback.
McTominay, yeah. That's a good area plus, intercept, ping pass, fullback. He's very good, to be honest. I've tried him a few times, but I think Stones is better.
Big chance here for Kossu, just approaching half-time. He needs to try and find a way back into this game. 3 early goals he conceded, but once again, we talk of Ruud Gullit, and he finds himself in the right place at the right time, and now R9 will just gallop away for ISO Power.
Last attack, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like it. What a pass!
Could be a chance into Haaland. Great time across the keeper. He started this game with an electric early barrage, and he's ending it back on top, 4-0. Does that change the game plan going into half-time now for Kossu?
Look, I can't lie. It's just, I think Asfal's won this game. Kossu hasn't shown me anything really except for that one block shot, but that's about it. Like, even Asfal, correct me if I'm wrong, he was 0-2 in his group before coming into this position here. So this is very, very impressive for sure.
It is. It definitely is. And this reminds me of semi-finals in Champions League this year. I don't know if you remember Levi Finn with Pirlo. I think it was 5 assists or 4 assists. This pass from Pirlo now, I think it was into R9. Wow. It's just, I don't, sometimes it's, as you said, the Ruud Gullit aura. Yeah, it's the same with Pirlo.
He's got every single play style in the game from passing. He's got all of them silver, so it's a big use.
Well, there you have it. ISO Power 4-0 up right now. You could say the power is well and truly in his hands, and his own destiny is 45 minutes away from the FC Pro World Championships. Our very own Ryan Pessoa has been casting his eye over this game. Ryan, what's taken your fancy so far?
Thank you, Richard. There's been a number of goals to set the least in favour of ISO Power, but I want to tap in on his first goal. All important just before the 10-minute mark as this play unfolds here. It starts off on the near side with Kai Havertz. The key is just bringing players out of position for him. And as you stop it right here, the runs here, he's got Pirlo here, he's got Haaland, and on the very far side, he's got Mbappe. There's a mismatch. It's 4 against 3 as it stands in this predicament. As the clip carries on here, you'll see he forces Kossu into position. Does he gamble and think there's going to be a ball roll scoot back or a pass, in this case, to Pirlo? And as we see here, the back post, you'll notice is Stones up against Mbappe. That's a mismatch. There's no need to try and play that ball in the air. It wouldn't make sense. The only aim here is to get the ball to Haaland, and that is exactly what he does. Perfectly timed, and a finish into that far corner. And that was his first goal in this game, the celebration to match as well, but there were 3 more goals, and if anything to go by for that second half, I'm sure we'll see more. So let's head on back to Richard, Mark, and Iversen.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan. Great stuff. Breaking down ISO Power's first goal there. Just before the break, before Ryan talked us through that goal, I asked Mark what Kossu should be doing here. On the other side of it, Iversen, ISO Power, you're 4-0 up. Is there a point in this game where you start thinking ahead?
I think now with the current meta, with the meta throughout the whole year pretty much, when you're playing 3-2-1 versus 3-2-1, you gotta attack. Because at the moment you start just passing it backwards into the center backs, you switch up the play. It invites pressure, and then when someone presses you, you're kind of doomed because there's nothing you can do. So back in the days when, I don't know, it was a meta with 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, you could kind of hold possession. I don't think you can now. So I think you gotta attack. And you got to score more goals than your opponent.
Well, here is ISO Power. He's going to be kicked from left to right here, and Ronaldo Nazario striking that goal. Oh, wow. It really is going all his way.
It is. Virgil van Dijk has been impressive at the moment with both Virgil van Dijks. What are you thinking about centre backs?
Konate, Van Dijk for me. The only issue with Van Dijk, he's not underrated. He has Van Dijk aura and stuff, but no aerial plus. So that could be a bit of an issue. Obviously, Sleator has it, so he's probably use him too. But nah, Van Dijk.
I've seen a few teams with no Van Dijk when I was walking around upstairs and looking at the squads ahead of tomorrow. Saliba, Konate, even John Stones I've seen used.
I'm confident I saw someone using Tchouaméni as a centre back.
Right, he needs to. It's got to be trolling. We can't be doing that, especially at this time of the year. Come on.
Kenny Dalglish is getting a run out. Could be his last 38 minutes though. Dinked into Erling Haaland, nodded down for Mbappe.
Take a touch.
Touch it to goal.
Take a touch.
I see it no R9. Dalglish over R9. I think sometimes you decide your own fate. Sometimes you need to make decisions like that. I think R9 is simply a no-brainer. Finesse plus as well. 5-star, 5-star. It's simply a must.
I always think this when obviously you've been competing for a few years now. You've had to pick many squads. how much creativity do you put on yourself, and how much do you look at other people's teams and go, well, if he's using Hullet and I don't use Hullet, that could be the reason that I lose. Like, most of the time, players just match each other up.
Yeah, for sure, I get that. But I will tell you this, I'm the only guy in the entire tournament that's using Kevin De Bruyne Team of the Season moment. So
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah.
There's a scoop for you. As ISO Power is going to be scooping his ball up very soon and finding out which group he's going to be in, because he's 5-0 up.
Game over.
Every goal is really fairly similar. He's some ways out of position. He driven passes into a striker, finds another pass.
Pirlo again.
Yeah.
And is that a defensive mishap every goal from Kossu? Is he pulling players out of position? Like, how is he getting that space?
Just Davies, I think.
Yeah, probably. It's a 2v1 situation with Davies every single time. He pulls Davies out, but then it's not easy to do the timing right with the pass from Pirlo into the striker. And he's timing everything right. And that's the reason why he's scoring so many goals. I mean, the timing is really important, because as Ryan analyzed, and you are in a, let's say, 4v3 situation, 3v2, if you just push your opponent into making a decision, and he makes a decision, and you kind of capitalize on the mistake, that's how you score goals. But, I mean, when, for example, I'm playing champs, sometimes you look for the driven pass too early or too late. And really what Ispower is doing is right. You're pushing to your opponent to do a mistake, then you capitalize on that mistake.
So it's almost every single scenario is an individual battle of who's going to blink first, who's going to play first. I mean, you'll see a lot of the time, very rarely the pro sprint, unless you're sort of taking the byline or driving in this area here where Davis is. A lot of the time it's just left stick walking, and is that because you're waiting for your opponent to make an error or pull a player out, and then you can capitalise? That could
be
a red card.
Okay.
It is.
It is a red.
It is.
Could the game change?
5-0, 60th minute. I don't see it, to be honest.
You score the free kick.
How close is this? Okay.
It's shootable.
This
should it be shot, or do you play short?
It has to be.
And Mbappe's on the line as well.
Hullet stepping over it, curls it off the line.
Dangerous.
No substitution from ISO Power. Weghorst is in there, but it's just too close to him. Kanate, you would imagine, wins the second header.
He shot that.
He's green timed the shot.
Yeah, but the pass maybe?
Yeah, definitely. He needs to pause, I can't lie to you. He's going to have a massive gap in the mini-map here. It's a big gap if he loses it here.
And he has lost it. And the space is there. ISO Power's making it interesting for us. And now the pause comes in, but Kossu.
And this is what I was referring to. And this is a... We'll talk about this in a second, because, I mean...
Could be another chance, yeah.
It's going to be another one.
Dalglish.
Again. Those two chances are what I mean by just... You have to do the timing right, because in those two situations, it was 2v1 situations in which if you just keep running, your opponent will try to defend the pass. And if he keeps defending the pass, you just try to make a shot. If he commits to making a tackle, you borrow and pass it. And that's a 1v1 against the keeper. But he rushed it twice. So that's what I mean with the timing.
I definitely feel like you have to, when you attack, you have to let your opponent make a decision for you instead of you doing something so he can react. That's how everyone wants to defend. So I feel like if he just runs, if he runs at him, as you said, just borrow X. If he marks the pass, run, shoot, simple as that.
Well, it's clearly a couple of changes being made here, mostly from ISO Power's point of view, getting that defender in there. Do you take the striker off, put a centre-back in, stay with the two right forward, left forward, and just not have a central striker? You're 5-0 up, you don't need to score again.
Yeah, definitely get rid of one of even striker, right forward, left forward, get them on the bench, and you're chilling.
What do you think about changing maybe 2-3-1, 4-4-2, maybe pulling one striker out?
Maybe 4-4-1-1, you could go with that. Just play with no striker, you can have 4-4 and then just a striker there, so that probably works as well. But I think he'll stay 4-3-2-1, to be honest with you.
Well, here we go. You can see that red card. Could it potentially cause a few disruptions? He's getting a few more chances here, is Kossu, but sooner or later this ball has to find the back of the net.
Another one?
Weghorst up again. It's bouncing around the box. Weghorst does shoot from Gravesen's cry, but I just don't know if there's enough time. The goals have got to start flowing. The tap has to be turned on, and right now he needs to get a plumber out because he's struggling, and it's dry.
Player, same play every time. I think he needs something more than that.
Now this could be it. This is good.
Good win that.
Yeah.
Got to score here. No left back.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Maybe a
Back
cross.
post, Daglish, just overrun it again.
And again, a 3v2 situation, which is not converted into a goal.
When you're in this situation, the question for the pair of you, because you've both played at the very highest of level, when you know that you're making mistakes, how much, we always say you forget about it, you just got to move on. It must creep into the back of your mind, thinking, oh, if I'd have scored that chance, I could have been 5-1, then 5-2.
It's so frustrating because you know you're making the wrong choice every single time. So at least what happens for me is I kind of lose confidence. So next time I'm thinking I'm going to lose it again. But I don't know you because I'm the runner-up of the World Championships. So what do you think, Mark?
I see a chance here for. So I was saying, like, keep it. Like, I'm sure Kossu has too much. I'll just recycle back to my DMs, slow play it down, and then yeah, simple as that.
Could be a chance here for ISO Power. You wouldn't think he's the one with 10 men as it's ticked into the box. And Kanate really strong there.
Yeah.
Fired into Jude Bellingham.
Nice
Just
pass.
slides the ball into Ruud Gullit. Nice little 1-2 on the edge of the box, but Kanate again, ever present at the heart of the defence. Fortunately, he started playing well after leaking 5.
I was going to say 5-0. This is impressive. For the to not consider a goal, I might just jinx it as we see over here. Penalty. But yeah, like, to not consider a goal, especially at this stage, is very, very important. I see that Glacier, bottom left.
Steps up, fires it in the bottom corner. 17 minutes left to play. Does have 10 men, but
4 goals. Too much,
is
maybe?
Is it doable?
It is. I think it is.
It is doable, but 4 goals, 17 minutes. The thing is, you got to score every single chance you get.
He's not like doing that.
No, not at all, but it's doable.
It's 10 men as well. That's a massive break. 10 men and constant pressure. Like, I feel like if he scores 2 before 82nd, there's a chance, but he needs 2 minimum before 82nd minute.
And what I really like, Mark is approaching this situation the same as me. You're kind of counting down the minutes, so you know you got to score 4 goals, 70 minutes, so that's a goal each 4 minutes.
Yep.
So you do the maths.
Yeah. So like 77, 81, 85, and then a late flurry to get an equaliser.
A big roar after us, yeah.
No, and
you get to 5-3, you get up, you celebrate, let him know that you come in.
And this is kind of positive thinking and stuff. You start thinking about how you're going to score the goals, how you're going to
get that social media post up, 5-0 to 5-5.
And the confidence kicks in.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, let's wait and see. We've painted the picture for you. Just got to connect the dots at this point. As a few more changes being made there from ISO Power. Just finalising his tactics and instructions. As Kossu is making a couple of late changes as well. What you're watching is the FC Pro World Championship play-ins. 24 players are confirmed already for tomorrow's grand finals. We have to find 8 more to make up that 32-player field. 5 are already in there to join the likes of Mark 11, Anders Vergang, PH Zin, and Levin Weerd. Yuval will go into Group B, Ekman into A, Andreas from the East Serien will go into E, and Ex Sharif
My group.
going into Group D.
great build-up, great way to escape the constant pressure.
You did say it's your group, Mark. I'm going to ask you,
Hold
after
on.
this attack comes in, because Lukaku's on the pitch. R9, left-footed strike, green time, surely not another red.
No. But another
Imagine.
chance.
Should be a goal.
Free kick.
Outside of the foot, do you think?
Yeah, I think Trivella. I would definitely Trivella it.
Trivella from outside.
Yeah, left
He's
side.
put Lukaku on it.
Lukaku.
He needs a left footer.
Hold on.
We're trying something different, and I love it.
The keeper's right there.
Outside the left boot. Oh, good save.
The space was on the other side, right?
Lukaku again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What we don't know is Lukaku's a set-piece warrior, and he comes
Hold
on. Weghorst was the player at the back post. Talk us about that opening game, because it will be up against Sharif. How are you feeling going into it? Was it just, you knew you were going to be playing against a player from the play-ins, and you're happy with anyone that really came through that?
Yeah, just with Valdo here, this is probably GG if he scores here. Oh, that's interesting. But anyways, yeah, I feel obviously you're the 4 players that top their group. You don't obviously want to verse them because they're clearly in the best form. Unfortunately, I did get one of them. And he's also got a massive Moroccan support, which is a bit scary too. So I was in the same arena when he qualified. I tell you what, I got a bit scared when he screamed. There was a big roar, so I hope I don't go 1-0 down or concede 90th minute. But yeah, I'm obviously looking forward to it. World Championship, so if I win now, I just got to win 2 and I'm in the knockouts, really.
We've got 10 minutes left in this game. If you've got any questions for Mark 11, get them in now, because from tomorrow he's locking in and it's going to be all business as he looks to go one step further than he did last year and pick up the FC Pro World Championships. Representing, obviously, Melbourne City and Team Footwiz. Lukaku wants to get on his left. He is on his right.
I might need to use him, actually.
Are you subbing him out tomorrow?
I'll tell you what, the draft is over, so I can't submit anyone, but I do might regret it if he does this against me.
Lukaku, right-footed strike. Green timed.
It's far out as well. It's not even inside the box.
Now it's 3 goals, 10 minutes left.
Look, if he scores before 84th, we can work with that. There's a chance, but he needs a goal now.
The thing is, from the kickoff, he has to get the ball back and score a goal. So if he's not able to manage that, I think it's going to be GG for him.
Here we go.
We do have one very quick question here from Nightkill in the chat. Who's your favourite player and who do you think is the best play style? Mine is finesse shot plus.
Mine's Kai Havertz, team of the season plus. I think, and my favourite play style will be ping pass. I think that combination, Havertz and him, but even in general, like De Bruyne, Hullet, ping passes for me is insane. It's 100% works if you just do an R1X or work all the time.
Well, there you have it, ping pass plus, the one that you want to be looking for. 5 minutes left in this game. Vitinha releasing Weghorst.
He has to score.
It's now or never.
Lukaku making a bit of a move in field. Here is Lukaku.
Oh my God!
Oh! That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
That goes in, top corner.
Mark is submitting another draft. Putting Lukaku in.
Can I have a redraft, please?
That was scary. Not even green time too.
But with the late Lukaku flurry, it looks to be still that 5 goals from ISO power. There's just too much of a mountain to climb.
Sure.
For the Finnish league champion in Kossu. Looks to get another consolation. Lukaku nods it down. Weghorst with the goal.
Put him in.
Lukaku, what, 2 goals, 1 assist.
Is it too little too late?
It is, unfortunately. It's 89th minute. Just go back, 90th minute.
Maybe a +3?
He might need a +10, I think. Yeah, no, +3.
Have you ever seen +4?
Yeah, 4 is doable.
Yeah.
Not 5 though. 4 is doable, not 5.
And
We've seen a lot of pauses as well.
They did pause the game like
Yeah, but
3
it
or 4
doesn't mean
times.
anything. Until that was an actual game, but no, it's not.
You know
Let
what?
us live our dream here, Mark.
It's like Santa.
We're going to get +4, we're going to get 2 Kossu goals.
Let's see.
But now the constant press has to come in. And I think it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
Has to score probably between what? Now and +2?
Now and now.
But ISO Power's been here before. He's rolled out the storm in the past.
Okay. We score here, there's a chance. There's a chance. Lukaku.
Has to go quick, it has to go right up the pitch. Jude Bellingham. Hullet's not close enough for ISO Power. R9 with the space into Van Dijk's block, and that will do it as ISO Power with a fist bump and a kiss of the ring will book his place in your FC Pro World Championship Grand Final, Gravison.
Yeah, and unfortunately Kossu has been eliminated from the play-ins. He was just a step away from the E-Championship finals. He's just 1 step away from the World Championship as well. Devastating for Kossu, but congrats to ISO Power. Convincing first half.
You're not going to wipe that smile off his face anytime soon. Commiserations to Kossu. What a fantastic performance from ISO Power. Mark, we're going to see you tomorrow, getting down on that stage, maybe in one of these booths that we've just seen. What does tomorrow mean?
A lot. Getting grouped is probably the worst feeling in a tournament. Like, just that's the worst feeling. As you can obviously see here what it means to ISO Power, means a lot to him. But yeah, like, for me, if I'm making the knockouts, whatever happens is just a bonus from there. But yeah, getting out the group is the most important thing.
Well, I can't wait to see what ISO Power can do. He's got a full club and nation behind him of Turkey, and he's going to be a threat, Gravison, to whatever group he goes into.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's an experienced player, as Mark said. But not only that, the way he attacked in the first half, he did see an opening for a mistake his opponent was committing. He punished every single time. So tomorrow he's not going to have that many chances, in my opinion, but it's doable.
Well, Mark, thank you very much. Good luck for tomorrow, my friends. We will see you tomorrow. Right now, we're going to head on down to see where ISO Power is going to end up.
Yes, thank you very much to everybody in the commentary, especially Mark 11 for a nice little cameo. We've got ISO Power over here. Congratulations. We can see tears of joy.
Yes, okay, fantastic, dominant win, but I do have to ask you, first off, that red card in the 55th. I know you're up 5-0, but did that make you nervous at all?
Yeah, I was nervous because today, in my first game, I got red card too. But I don't know what to say, just 5-0, I got red card. I still worry about the match. But I'm very happy to make the World Cup. I'm the first Turkish player to make the World Cup, so I'm very proud. That's it.
Well, listen, the power is in your hands, much like it was earlier on for our other player. We've got 3 groups left. You've got some fans up there as well, which is lovely to see. They're all watching. People at home are watching. Put your hand in the bowl and pick out your group. All the best.
Let's see what we get.
Let's see. Group C.
You have been drawn into Group C, which is the group with PHSIN.
PHSIN. Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts about that group?
I don't know all the group, but I played against PHSIN in the Champions League last month. It's very tough, but in the World Cup, the groups are crazy. But I'll do my best. I hope I go through.
What does it mean then, the World Championships, to be in the group stage? It's been a long day for you, of course. You've been here all day, you've been playing a lot of games. What exactly does it mean?
Right now, I don't feel that much because I'm very tired. But I think when I go to hotel, I will be very happy because that's my goal. I play professional since 6 years, so I didn't make World Cup before, so that's the goal for me. I'm very happy right now, but I'm very tired, as I say.
I also have to ask, after that group stage, it was a bit stressful for you, so how are you able to regroup and be that dominant in this game right here?
I just concentrate the game because in the groups I didn't play well, I didn't start good, but after 2 games I feel I'm better after the day. I just play. Yeah, I don't think about if I lose.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, listen, a massive congratulations. We look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Go off and get some rest, mate. You've earned it very, very much. If you head off the stage, well, 2 players, including Mr. ISO Power, made it through to tomorrow's group stages. Join us after the break for Ahmedal versus Dome, where we will see our 3rd player book their place into the World Championships. Hello and welcome back to the FC Pro World Championships here in Berlin. We're at the play-in stage and I am with Mr. Iversen. Hola.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Todo bien, tío?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Right, okay, so listen, let's talk about the action team before. Unfortunately, I can't speak Spanish.
You're getting there, you're getting there.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry.
said hello. Yeah, let us know in the chats what you think I should say next, I guess. Listen, let's first things first address the elephant in the room. You just spent the whole of that break talking to me about how you're going to fall over one of these.
Yeah, I gotta apologize to the floor managers and everything because I'm gonna trip at one. It might not be today, it might be tomorrow, but everything's gonna fall apart because of me.
I mean,
at some point.
I think I speak for everybody watching, saying we will definitely film that. Everybody in the room will have their cameras ready, hopefully for Grav to fall. Let's carry on and let's talk about what we've just seen. What a win for ISO Power.
I mean, it was impressive, especially that first half. I can't remember if it was 4-0 or 5-0, but he got basically going. He found the passes with Pirlo into the strikers. That Pirlo aura was something else. And then when he got with the strikers, he didn't blink. He finished, he scored goals, and then that second half with the red card, it wasn't that confident, it wasn't that good, but that first half was impressive.
It was definitely impressive, and he went on and he picked himself Group C, which included the likes of PH in Group C. Everyone you play championships tomorrow, it's going to be tough, but PH.
I mean, that guy is dangerous. Do you remember back in the days it was January, it was February, and there's someone who's going to be commentating over there who might want to catch some revenge with him.
Well, interestingly enough, actually, you've just ruined a surprise. I was going to give it a surprise for everybody. We've got a very special guest on the commentary team for our third game. Let's just get into the action, shall we?
Well then, there are 2 more spots left to give out here for the FC Pro World Championships, and someone who will be in action tomorrow and will be making a lot of noise, maybe a few celebrations in there as well. The new E-Euros champion as well, Anders Vergang. Welcome to Berlin, welcome to the FC Pro World Championships. How have the last 24 hours been?
They've been like hectic, I would say. Like you had to build a team before 5 today, and I just played 95 mode, so you have to adapt really fast to like a new game mode. But I know I'm good enough to like adapt fast, and yeah, hopefully I'm ready for tomorrow.
And Ryan, we saw him in action at the Euros, picking up his first individual trophy. It's not a bad stepping stone, is it, coming into the World Championships?
Yeah, it's a perfect way to boost your confidence. And obviously, Anders, you'd have seen earlier on Ekman drawn into your group. Any thoughts about that?
I would say that he's probably like him and Juval are like by far the best in playing, I would say. So like out of who I could get, I think it's quite unlucky, but I had like Nacho and Guibaros before that, and there I could also get like, you know, someone that was better on paper. So I would say my group, I should get out of that, but you never know. I have to be ready for all of them.
Well, we are on the way for this one now. It's our third matchup of the day here from the play-ins. Amadals against Dorme. Two players that came through different FC Pro partnered leagues. It's the United Arab Emirates League, and it could be a perfect start for him, which it will be. 3 minutes in. And Dorme finds himself 1-0 down from a corner. I mean, Anders, I'll come straight to you now. We spoke earlier today, and the reason why you like 95 rated mode is because there wasn't aerial plus play style, there wasn't corners, there wasn't heading, but now we're back to Ultimate Team. This is what's going to be coming your way across the next 3-4 days. How are you preparing for that?
Now I've played like the EFC 24 like nearly a year, so I've played it like this in 1 year, so it's not like I'm not used to it, but like I would rather concede like another goal than this, but you have to be ready for it, and you have to also could do some corners by your own. And you know that like players on this level, they can do very like different variations of corners, so you just have to read the opponent in the right moment.
Well, it's a perfect start for Al Nassr's Amadals. As we said, he won the UAE League this year, which was his ticket into this play-ins tournament, where he has been playing since the early hours of today. This morning, Ryan, here in Berlin, it was a lengthy process to even get out the group stage. He didn't top the group, but he was still in the top 3, which was enough to get him into this game.
Yep, exactly. Second and third put them in position to try and get that spot in the FC World Championships, and it's not going to be an easy game. I don't think these players would have had a lot of experience playing against each other at all.
On the other side of the stage, DMS 10, he has never been to a World Championship before. Neither two have. This is the closest they've got in these play-ins. Actually, he won the E-Liga in Peru with Club Sporting Cristal. What is it about these, you could say, lesser-known players in the FC Pro circuit, Anders, as this chance does come in from Mbappe, drops the shoulder, could get a second chance at it. Andrea Pirlo, of all people, does get a start. Pirlo again. Schmeichel, I'm not sure what's happened there, but is there a bit of fear factor with the lesser-known players, Anders? Because, let's be honest, you don't get to see these players until the World Championships, really.
Now, honestly, I'm not scared of like these kind of players, because, I mean, if there was like on the other players,
Hello, big chance, R9, 2-0.
There was one play. I would say that, like, if there was like on our all the other players, they would like be at more tournaments. So there's a reason why this is like their biggest opportunity they get in their career, but you have to respect them, of course. And like in Euros, I also played like a Ukrainian guy in the first round, and I also never heard about him, but I was down like 2-0, so of course they can still play, but there's still a reason why they haven't played at that many big tournaments. But you also have to start at like some tournaments, and I would say that it's a good start to qualify for World Cup, of course.
And as you would have played a number of players that are already qualified for the FC Pro World Championships, even in practice or previous tournaments, has there been anyone that's impressed you?
Not any specific. I say that there's really many who can win the tournament, I would say, because I feel everyone is playing like kind of the same, because the meta is like this at the moment. So I would say that there's really many who has a chance of winning it, but I know that of course, like if I play to my level, I also can win it.
We saw this game in some ways just a second ago, Ryan, in terms of that Izzo Power Kossu game. There's so much pressure on this game, and it can swing like this, where you can be 2 or 3 goals down in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, you just don't want it to let the game get away from you that drastically, as we saw in the previous game. But so we Weerd, of course, pushing forward for Amadals. Run off the pitch there, and his head in your hands.
There was, I think there was no need to do like a long touch there, but there's also a lot of pressure in this game. I think it's like probably the most important game of their career so far, both of them. So like I don't mind that they do some mistakes. They're not playing that bad, like they're playing good, but I hope we'll see a closer game in the end. I want the penalty shootout for this one.
Have you finished your team yet, Anders, for tomorrow?
I had to send the draft at 5, so I sent 18 players in, and hopefully they're all getting a good night of sleep, and then they're ready to send me through tomorrow.
Did John Stone stay?
He stayed.
John Stone stayed as left back. Any other different changes that came in late?
We got Bukayo Starboy in the team. I need my English players. I predicted them all the way. They're gonna win Euros, so. And I actually think I got told that if they win tonight, he will get 5-star skills. So that's only like a plus.
Wait, so he's starting for you? Oh, you can't reveal that yet.
I'm not gonna say anything, but at least he's picked. He's picked to fight for the team.
Are they all fighters in your team? All 18?
If they're what?
Are they all fighters for you tomorrow?
I hope so. Otherwise, they're just getting a place on the bench. They need to show something. But we just have to get through, and then I think it's 4 games to go, and then I will stand with the trophy.
DMS 10 there, coming so close. Was in a great position there for Ronaldinho a few times, but a couple of big defensive blocks have kept him out.
I think I actually remember this Ahmad guy because in Denmark, when there was E-Nations, where I had like my first international tournament, I remember they beat Germany, like Umut, my teammate, in the group stage, and I was like, what is happening? So like I know that like he actually can play, and now he's leading, so maybe he's a bit underrated, I would say.
When you think about the choices in his team, he's got McAllister starting, he's got Pedri. Would you go with those players, or?
I have tried Pedri in practice, and I think he was like, okay, it's not like, I would not say it's like really weird to pick him. And then McAllister, I looked at his card, but I didn't have time enough to try him, so. But like his playstyles are really good, so I think like, yeah, it makes sense.
Alfonso Davies now, still 2-0 he leads, does the Maddles.
Now I've looked at the Doms came like 2 times, and the coach is really like animated. He's talking a lot, and like I can see the player has actually a headset on, so I don't know if he can hear anything.
Do you like that though? If your coach is talking to you all the time in the game, or do you just want to, if he's going to speak to you at like half time or in pauses instead?
Like, I don't like it personally, but I mean, there's a reason why he got top 3 in his group, and now he is.
Chance! Haaland,
Erling Haaland
has pulled a goal back for him. He needed that. Well, City get on the replay. I mean,
whip pass.
You can't stop it.
You can't like with this play style, you just have to press square, and then like if they don't have the play style, you would normally like do it with L1. So it's kind of like what you prefer, I would say. Like I know Kossu has this play style, so he just has to press square, and then it's like another curve on it than if it was L1.
Would you say that you will never need a coach?
Like, what do you mean exactly?
Sometimes no one sits behind you. Sometimes someone else sits behind you. It's always changing with you.
That's true. Like,
is it more the fact of always sitting behind you, just in the nicest way, you don't want to take maybe the knowledge on board from them?
I think that like for some players it's really important to have a coach, but personally for me, I always feel like the way I do it is the right one, and that's just like how I think. But of course, a coach can also help, and when I practice, I also want a coach because they can like teach me stuff about the meter, for example. But when I'm playing, I'm mostly just doing what I think is the right, because I would rather lose a game by doing what I feel is the right thing than listening too much to a coach, for example. Like, of course, he knows about the game, but I would also say there's a reason why it's not him who's playing. So, but it's nothing against the coach. Like, and we also have like only one coach in our club, and he has been with Umut in like from the beginning. So he's mostly coaching him, and then he's also helping me and Levi for like World Cup this year, for example, because Umut said he didn't qualify, but he's just helping both me and Levi to prepare and everything. So it's not like there's anything bad.
Could be another chance here for Maddles. You know where that one's going to go. Maybe the wrong player in that area, Ryan. It was R9 at the back post.
He would have loved it to be someone like Weghorst instead. The mismatch at the back post.
Teammate Anders. Umit will be commentating.
I know, he told me that.
Is he looking forward to it?
He's looking forward to commentating me. He say he will celebrate. I don't know if he will hold his word, but
we'll have to see.
But I think I'm playing without headset, so I think that I have to stay focused if he commentate, because I always listening to what people are saying. But it will be quite fun to hear him. I remember last time he was commentating on the Champions League. He said, to be honest, I think 50 times. So he's really funny to commentate, and I like him so much. But sadly, he can't play. But I'm sure he will be back next year.
Last chance of the half here. Looking for a fur before we go into the break. Toni Kroos lofts it in on the half volley. He's touched it down. That's why Ronaldinho's in the team.
Thought he was going to shoot first time on the volley across the face of goal. Brought it down, Anders. And the shot in at the near post. I see this again. Toni Kroos, long ball pass plus. In behind. And the shot at the near post from Ronaldinho. Would you have shot first time there, Anders, or would you have taken a touch?
I think the whole year I have never done like a pass like this. But if I got the chance, I think I would also take a touch, because I think the shot will be more consistent. And I also think there was like space enough to like, you know, take a touch. But that's all. I saw open, he's very good at like doing through balls, but
well, we'll speak more on that in a second, Anders. For the meantime, we are going to head down to our very own Case for the latest at half-time. What have you made of the action so far?
Yes, what a great first half of that game, but I am going to take a deeper dive into one of those goals, and it will be from Dome here. As we watch on the screen, it does start off with Toni Kroos. He passes it into Kossu as he dribbles it up the byline. He has a few options here. We're going to pause it right here. As we can see, have a potential option there. We have Mbappe here. Another option even here. But you know what? That option isn't even on the screen here. We're going to let it play out, because there is only one man here for the job. Aerial plus, Haaland across the goal. He makes it a little easy. We've seen this a lot of times in this competition. They have a lot of options, but the best option there is to the man with aerial plus. It is Haaland. Let's see if he could do it again. Send it back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Case. Great insight there on what has been happening so far in this qualification game. As we said, there's only 2 tickets left to the FC Pro World Championships here in Berlin. Tomorrow, all the group stages do kick off, and we will have our groups finalised in just a few hours' time. We have got the pleasure of having Anders Vergang with us in the commentary booth for this one. I mean, Anders, something that I want to talk to you about first and foremost, which I think is more crazy than people realise. You still have and will be using this weekend the same controller that you went on that crazy for Champion Street with. How has it still got battery? How do the analogs still work?
people say I'm raging a lot, but I can say that I never destroyed any controller or like something. I never destroyed anything, and like I just feel comfortable with that controller. And today I can't use it anymore. I don't know what's gonna happen.
In terms of superstitions as well, I saw you in Sweden, of course, at another event. Go through and change every kit number of your players. You have all of these little small superstitions that you have to do before you play a game. Lofted into the box there. Schmeichel picks it up. What is that? Is that just everything from camera settings to controller settings to kit numbers? Do you like everything just to be set in a way?
I think like let's say like for example when you say controller, like everyone is like doing that. I don't know if everyone is doing kit number. Like I can see now Davis is freeze and Fu is 19, so I think already here these two don't care about it. Ronaldinho 9. So yeah.
So if I put Alphonso Davies as a number 99, you wouldn't like that though?
I wouldn't. I like I think that it doesn't make a difference, but it just like for my head, and if they have the right number, I hope they give one extra percentage to my advantage.
Looking for a fourth is Amadal's here. It'll be his first time qualifying for the World Championships. And he will be putting UAE on the map. Shortly after it, he will find out which group he'll be in for tomorrow's matches. As we said, 32 players compete, only 16 make it through to Friday's knockouts. Then on Saturday, it'll be our final 8, battling out for that $250,000 top prize pool. Alongside being the first player to pick up this FC Pro World Championship in this new era of FC Pro. Tries to try and break away here for Teo Hernandez. Andrea Pirlo, I mean, he's not a starter for everyone, Ryan, but there's always one or two interesting picks in these teams.
Yeah, it's obviously he's got the incredible passing attributes in game, decent play styles as well. I've been impressed with Amadal from what we've seen in the first 55 or so minutes.
Ahmad also actually is using Maldini. I think probably he's the only one, but I just realized, and I think everyone is playing like Van Dijk, Saliba, Konate, like these three.
Yeah.
It's quite brave, isn't it? Sort of just backing your own choices and maybe not following what everyone else is doing.
I think that's what you have to do, honestly, because you know who players you like to play with, and I would say that I don't think that you should overthink too much about which player you're picking, because then, yeah, maybe the like other players who say you should play with them would play better with them, but it's not them who has to play with it. I have another thing to say. This Dome guy, I don't know if it's only me who can see it, but I feel like he's really looking like Mark. I don't know. I don't know.
A Mark 11 lookalike.
Yeah, I really feel like.
He's going to win that.
He's going to loft that down, isn't he? On the volley! We're playing Henderson. Volley's in the box. The Maddles. 4-1 he leads. Is he on his way to tomorrow's World Championships? He might just be.
It's a staple mark we've seen throughout FC 24. Davies building up. Just a back post cross, aerial plus play style. Beckholz is always going to win that, and R9 brings it down.
He tried to defend it with the flare lock, but he didn't switch in time to the centre back to cover the pass, so I think that's just the small details in these kind of games. Like, as I said, it's the most important game of their career, and I said in the beginning I wanted a penalty shootout, but now it's looking far away.
I'm not sure exactly how much time left in the game, but it's a 3-goal. It's the coach or the controller they're making the change. That's a decent coach, isn't it?
For Ahmad?
Just making the subs for him. He could just sit back and have a drink.
He deserves it after playing like this. I would say that after what I've seen, I think the game has been like open, but it just feels like he is playing the meta better this game. And yeah, Dennis deserves he's leading, and if he don't lose his head and get too nervous, he will qualify now. And now I can see the coach with the controller. I've never seen that before, but if they're managing to qualify with World Cup in that way, I will take it any day, I think.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit more. Ryan did at the start of the game that you had Ekman pulled out into your group. Nacho Bay is also in there in Gabarros. I mean, what do you make of the rest of your group? You've got players from all around the world that you might not have faced at all this year, especially Gabarros, who's had a really good season coming through the Com de Ball Libertadores.
I actually lost to him in Dallas, so I have a revenge there if I get to play him, but I still qualified for Saudi and he didn't, and World Cup is bigger than in Dallas, so I know that on this stage I think I'm going to be ready for it, but I'm not going to underestimate any of them. I know that they're really good and they had longer time to play Ultimate Team than because I had 95 modes, but I still know that my level is good enough to qualify if I play onto my level.
And how many practice games have you played today?
Today maybe at 5 or something.
Is that enough for you?
It is. I've always said that if I play too much, I lose creativity and kind of motivation, and tomorrow I have to play, so if I play too much today, probably it will be good for some players, but it's always like better for me to not play that much, and then if I'm gonna fail one time, then people will probably say that I should have played more, but then I know next time I will be back even better.
We are just waiting to jump back into the action here. There's a couple of admins around. Make sure that all the players are happy with any settings there. But if anything, this is a great time for a break like this to come in, Ryan, for Domez, so you could have a chat with his coach.
Yep.
And just work out some sort of game plan.
I feel like something has to change. I don't feel like there's been a substantial period in the game where he's felt like, well, I felt like he's been on top in terms of getting the best of Ahmad Alza. I just feel like it's just been one-way traffic. He looks dangerous every time. And I'm talking about Ahmad Alza anyway. He looks dangerous every time he goes forward. And for Dome, I just feel as if he's just not playing to his best ability. But there's still time to get back into this game.
Well, Anders, at the Euros, you went 2-0 down in every single game. And that was 6 minute halves, so the games were a lot quicker and faster. But you always seem to come back. And one thing that a lot of people know about you in this scene, your constant press is a serious press. It's like a chokehold that you can't get out of. In terms of what he should be doing, I mean, you need 3 goals. Tactically, just throwing everything at it, constant press.
I think it's too early now because I think it's still like 55th minute or something, and it's extremely long. But I actually was thinking, like, last year we always played 6 minutes, and back then it could feel like quite long. But now when we have played 9 minutes and then we are going back to 6 minutes, it feels so incredible fast.
Yeah. Is there anything you would change at this moment? If you're subs, maybe formation, would you set up a constant press tactic that if the game goes on a little bit further, you can switch to?
I would say you should for sure have a constant pressure ready, but I don't think, like, it's way too early. But he should just calm down now and don't think too much about the result, and then he could probably do some subs, I think.
Well then, a couple more changes are being made.
Now, it's not to sound arrogant or anything, but yesterday when I came back to my room, I saw Ahmad on my way to my room, and he came to me and wanted a picture, and I knew he was from the scene, but I didn't know if it was a player or anything, and now he is on his way to the World Championship, so yeah, it seems like he...
Maybe that picture helped.
maybe he was sleeping with this picture in his head, and now he's on his way to qualify. Maybe so
indeed. As we said, we've spoken about your group, we've spoken a lot coming into the FC Pro World Championships. I mean, this is the big one. Anyone you really want to play this week?
Not any specific. I think that you can lose against anyone. I can also win against anyone. So there's not someone specific, but of course there's some players you would...
Maybe a Brazilian?
Yeah, maybe a Brazilian.
maybe a PH.
Yeah, just maybe. There's some players you would rather win against than some other, but you also have to... Well, like, you can also lose against them, and I don't want that, so...
Do you know what I want to see? Obviously, there's the Peters and Anders rematch. I want to see Anders versus Tex.
Oh,
that's what I want to see.
At home, who do you want to see him play against? Anders Vergang. I've got the Twitch chat next to me right now. Who do you want to see him play this weekend here in Berlin? As we said, 32 players here at the World Championships. Tomorrow, it all kicks off for the group stages. But there's loads of games. Nicholas against this man again. It'd be an E-Champions League rematch. We could see a game that we've never seen before, the Tex matchup. There's a lot that could happen, and maybe will happen across the next few days. Let's have a little look at what you may have missed here in the game so far. As we said, it is 4-1 at the moment to Amadors, and this was the last goal, Ryan, that we did see before going into this technical pause.
Yeah, exactly. From this position, there isn't too much support. He knows he has to try and just play a little bit slower so the body's flood forward in this position, just across to the back post, a knockdown header. And as Anders said, he tried to play a look defensively, trying to switch around, went to the wrong player, benefit in that situation, and from then on, it's an easy finish for R9.
Well, we have got a small technical pause here at the FC Pro World Championships. Whilst we get it fixed, we're going to go to a short break. When we're back, the action will resume here live from Berlin.
PlayStation.
Well, welcome back here to Championships. Day one, we are in the play-in stages as it currently stands, looking to find our final 2 grand finalists for the big $1 million tournament across the next 3 days. While we are waiting to get back into the action of our third matchup, we're going to head down to Case, who's got a little bit more from that game we've seen so far. What have you got for us, Case?
Yes, let's take a little look back at the third goal for Amados here. Let's let this play here. We start off on the wing with Pedri, sends it into Davies, and we are going to go back to McAllister. We're going to pause it there because Toni Kroos has a few options, as we can see. We can send it back to McAllister. We could potentially send in a through ball on the ground to Ronaldinho. That is not what we do. Let's let that play out because the best option is Toni Kroos over the top through ball into Ronaldinho. Fantastic touch, fantastic finish for Amados. That makes it 3-1 for him. Amazing performance that he has been having here so far. And let's see if he can finish it out strong as we get back into the last half of this game. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Case. As we said, it's still a bit of a deficit as it stands. 4-1 is the lead to Amados in there. There was a small technical pause. The admins are still working through that as it currently stands. It's a big, big scoreline to chase in the last 25 in-game minutes or so. What we are going to do, though, and as if you want to, there's one more game that we want to do. Do you want to stay with us or not?
If we're done before the Euro game, I can stay.
All right, mate. Take your time. Take your time. Game 4 is going to be another one coming up, as we said, straight away. We're seeing Binho against Nilsson in action. One of those two will be qualifying for the World Championships. I believe we're going to be jumping into it very shortly indeed. Nilsson, we did see him at the Champions League a few years back. I'm not going to lie, I thought he was the new Anders Vergang a few years back. When he was pretty young, Ryan, he was coming through and he was sweeping around and he had a couple of decent sort of weekend league records in there as well, was winning a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, saucy player with the skill moves in and around the air. I remember in 2021 and 2022 he was uploading a lot of clips online of his skill compilation and goals. But I think for each Champions League performed well below his expectation, but he's got a big chance here to get himself a spot in the FC Pro World Championships, and I'm sure he'll be backing himself against Binho. Binho done well though mentally, Brandon, in the group stage. He lost 10-0. He had 10-0. He had to bounce back in that final game with a draw to get him into this stage now, but I'm looking at your face at 10-0. I'm almost, I might have to double check that, but it was 10.
Well, he obviously he won 1, draw 1 and lost. Sorry, he won 1, draw 2 and lost 1 game in there. Conceded 16 goals. It was one of the highest in that group. And to back up your point, Ryan Pessoa, I'll find that result for you.
Just round 4 against Ekman, I'm pretty certain.
It was, look.
10-0, see, I know
and he's in your group tomorrow, Anders Vergang. 10-0.
That's okay for me. I think I would also probably qualify in a playing group, so let's see if he's ready for tomorrow. Now I just saw the 4th game is starting, and what is happening in the 3rd?
We're not sure. We'll let you know exactly what's happening. As we said, Amados was 4-1 up in that game. About 25 in game or so left in it. As soon as it does kick off again, we will let you know. Binho representing Selangor FC. Looking to make it to his first ever World Championships. As we said, 20 players came to play in the play-ins earlier today here. Only 8 of them will join the 24 that have already qualified for tomorrow's World Championships, a 3-day tournament. Won the MFL in Malaysia to get himself here. Could be a chance on the half. Volley, Schmeichel does enough to find a way through. You could say this is his best run he's had in a 1v1 environment, Ryan. He's had a lot of success in sort of the 2v2 form, and we saw that in past years.
Yeah, qualified for a few competitions as well, as you said, with 2v2. But in a 1v1 competition, obviously winning his domestic league is an accomplishment, but qualifying for the World Championships will trump that drastically, in my opinion. Here he is, finesse shot, or tried it with Peteas. Peteas, Anders, star her in your team?
Not now, I think earlier in the year
a few months ago, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, she was really good, but now I think there's too many good cards, but she is left foot like centimet, so she can do something that the other can't, but I personally wouldn't. Also the Keitela, I've not seen anyone else. I would say in this game, even Nilsson on paper is quite a big favorite, I think, because yes, we said before, he has showed some things in the past, and Posinho, I don't really have that big like what you call, like, I don't know that much about him, but like even Nilsson is not like that big of a proven player, so if he's underestimating Posinho, I think he can lose. But if he stays on his game and doesn't get too nervous, I think he's going to qualify.
He's got a decent coach behind him as well, Ryan Passaro, as Ivan Nilsson, hasn't he?
Yep, Ketadilo. Best players in France. Unfortunately, not in this competition, but
Runner-up, of course, in the E-League 1 this year with Lex. Losing out to the hands of FC Lorient, Fuma and Montagne, so they're both in action tomorrow. Ivan Nilsson getting his spot here in the play-ins for a second time from the Orange E-League out in Luxembourg. Potentially some more history made there. Maybe the first Luxembourg player to come through to a World Championship. That's a very poor pass. Let's get this attack going again. Ivan Nilsson using to put Hullet in the midfield, and also right back. Mbappe into R9 again, defended well. Last-ditch tackle.
There was a chance to do the extra fast there, but I think even though Ivan Nilsson has showed a lot of things online, it's the biggest game of his career, so there's probably some nerves here in the beginning, but when he gets like on his like highest level, I think he's gonna score. But Posinho's actually not playing that bad.
Yeah.
Then I said that.
Yep. Plays offside.
But he has like he has a decent build-up. I would say he has a lot of space around the box, but he seems to miss the last pass. But like it's an open game compared to that. It's 0-0 after 24 minutes. But maybe we get the first goal here.
Bellingham. Wow, Kossu does get a rare start in the team. With his new Euros in-game item, which I actually worry about. If Netherlands were to win tonight, would it get another little spice up?
Who you said?
Weghorst.
Really?
That's why England need to win, and Saka will get a decent upgrade instead.
Yeah, we need England to win, and they will. They're going to clutch. Everyone says they're bad. It's never coming home, but this year it's going to come home.
Alexis Mateus.
Like he has really like a lot of space.
Yeah.
Look at the space there. Bazino. That could have been
tackle.
Dangerous there, right? He went in with Virgil van Dijk and luckily just avoided the tackle.
Yeah, play style kicked in as well with the slide tackle.
I think he will catch. Yeah, he's not.
Can Arline pull away? Weghorst instead.
He times red. I think if he plays on his highest level, he's gonna win. But he seems too nervous at the moment. I think he's giving too much space to Posinho around the box, and it's just the last thing in his attack before he's leading. But you can't time that red in such a big chance. Like if it was even close with red, and if it was green, he would have lead now for sure, and the game would change. He could just play a bit more slow, but I actually can't believe that it's 0-0 after 30 minutes. Like there's so much space for both of them.
Still goalless here. It's been probably our least scoring game that we've seen so far today. You know what he's looking for there, just to dink up into Weghorst.
Yeah, but Hullet was taking like a...
Oh my goodness.
What a ball. Is he onside, Mbappe? Yes, he is. He's got the patience to pull away potentially there from Konate. Cuts it back, R9. There's the one more. It's blocked by Davies.
The idea was good. I think if it wouldn't get blocked, it would be in. But yeah, the timing was slightly off because the defender was in front. But I think he couldn't do. It was not a bad idea. Like I don't think he could do that much different. Like his thinking was really good there, I think.
Is it tougher for these players, well, Anders, because they've had to sit back and watch all the other players go through heartbreak, and those that have qualified for the World Championships tomorrow, they've had to wait potentially 2 to 3, 4 hours since they last played.
For someone, it can be an advantage, but I also think it can be a disadvantage for someone. Like when I came, today to the arena, they was already starting to play planes, so they've played like the whole day, and of course you get like tired in the end, but it's the biggest match of their career, and if they don't have the energy now, then it's all wasted. I also like they're sitting next to like the third game, and then they just get told like they have to start. So I also think like you really maybe they was expecting in the head that they had to start maybe 10 minutes after, and then they just get told you have to start now. So I think that
catch them off guard a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably why they started here a bit slow. But I honestly feel like both is playing quite good. But yeah, it's just like the last detail that is missing. But here we have a huge change, I think. Good pass.
Goals are going in both games now. We just kicked off the other one.
Ketsadilo is just sitting calm. He don't even react. I think, as I said, Nilsson should be the better player, but Binho has had his chances, and I think now the game could maybe go away from him. Like he has had a lot of chances to get the lead, but if Nilsson will stay calm and improve, like minute by minute, he will run away with it, I think.
It looks like we were boring Ketsadilo there for a second, as is the reaction from his coach. Even Nilsson leads by a goal to nil. Dome has just got a goal back there. That's only 4-2.
Yep, game on.
So we have got two games at the same time now. We'll have a winning moment from one of them very shortly indeed.
I think they could also, like, when you have, like, I think maybe 20-minute break, like, during the game, and now Ahmad is probably sitting and thinking that if they just played, he would already be qualified, and now he conceded the first, so he's probably a bit cold now, and he will get more and more nervous, so I think it's a huge help for Dome if he can, like,
chance to break away here. Even Nilsson, last kick of the half. Oh no, he's given away a corner, Schmeichel.
There's no minutes added, he has to cross it in, I think.
Be fuming with Schmeichel if he was to concede from here. You know where he's looking for. Zidane's over it.
I think Schmeichel got this. No, he's not. Yeah, he does.
And that will do us for the halfway point. On the halfway point, Anders Vergang, we're going to say thank you for coming on the commentary booth, and we're going to let you go so you can enjoy your evening, watch the match, and prepare for tomorrow. Any final words to the camera? What we can expect to see tomorrow?
2 wins from me. 2 out of 2.
Again?
2 out of 2.
That's what you do.
2 out of 2 wins.
That's the goal.
Well, good luck. Anders, thank you so much for coming on the commentary for us today. We're going to jump straight back in to the action here. As we said, we've got 2 games on the way at the exact same time here at the FC Pro World Championships. Over to that other play-ins game, though, if we can.
Wow. 4-3.
Oh, my days. Last word, Anders. Who's winning?
I just said it now. It depends on this chance. I need to see if Ahmad was gonna... Yeah, like, he looks really nervous and he's cold. I think I say Dome will come back.
Dome's going to come back. Anders, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. He will be in action tomorrow in the FC Pro World Championships.
I wonder if that break maybe has worked in the favour of Dome. Has had time to reset and change little things, whereas Ahmadaz has been caught off guard here. 20 minutes left. He needs a goal just to ease his nerves. Davies wins that over Veghorst. Tony Kroos still retrieves possession, edge of the box. So he's going to look for the back post cross again.
There was a big 20-minute pause in the game. Chance to go back again now. So, mate, what a turnaround it would be for him. In the last 15 minutes, oh no. Haaland. And it's all happening here on the commentary booth.
What a turnaround in the commentary booth as well.
Richard Buckley just appeared out of nowhere. Ryan Purcell will catch up with him soon. He's going to head down to the floor and break down these last 2 games for us. But Rich, I mean, we could be in for a serious turnaround here. The game was 4-1 with about 13 game minutes left to go. A lengthy break. Back and he's looking great.
Clearly, a couple of shots and stuff, and admin's down there, what, 15 minutes? Probably 15, 20 minutes worth of fixing and making sure that he's comfortable to play. Meanwhile, Dome was sat in there, he was getting ready, he was getting amped up, he was revving the engine, and now he's back in this game.
It could be on for a 4-4 if he can make this one happen for Ronaldinho. The man from Peru is about to make it 4-4. What a chance!
Oh,
wasn't time green. He still wins a corner though.
It's got to be green. I noticed as well, watching the gameplay downstairs, he's not moving the keeper at all on these. There is no keeper movement. If he just puts it in an area and lets Haaland attack it, you probably think he scores.
Schmeichel does enough there, able to win the ball back.
Just wiping the sweat off his brow. He knows he's in a game at the moment. Does Amadals.
The worst game you can lose, as you said, you were all season long. You are one game away from getting into that prize pool, that 1 million prize pool, just to be in it, to be amongst the best 32 in the world. And he's got another wave of pressure that's going to come straight back at him now. Must be said as well, even Nilsson 1-0 up currently in his game. We're in a pause. Let's jump back to that one now if we can, and find out what's happening in our other qualification game. These are our last 2 games here from day 1 in Berlin. Let's see what the score is. Still 1-0. We just kicked off the second half. This is Ivan Nilsson with a corner.
You see a little bit of goalkeeper movement to the near post. That's always going to be Schmeichel's. He comes and collects.
That goalkeeper moving there, just doing enough.
It's been such a long day for these players as well. I mean, what kick-off this morning was right around 12 noon, 1 p.m. local time. It's now, what, nearly 8:15. They've been grinding, they've been playing. If you were in one of these last 2 matches, I think Anders was saying actually, you had a scheduled kick-off time, that got brought forward. Your preparation's a little bit out of whack. The time to relax has now been pushed on, and you're probably thinking, I could have done with that extra 5-10 minutes.
And the worst part on top of that, Rich, you don't even know what group you're in yet.
Well, there's only a couple left to choose from, isn't there, really? We've had B, A, E, D, C.
Mbappe timed that one green. Bazinho, that was his best chance there. Let's jump back over to the other game. That one's going to finish first. This chance does come in. We'll update you if anything does change.
5 minutes.
There. Final 5.5 in-game minutes left. Are we going to see a comeback from the Peruvian? Well, his ticket here from winning the E-Liga Peru. This team, Club Sporting Cristal. This is where the gaps will appear, though, where he's obviously gone so offensive. There's going to be opportunity. Schmeichel, that's a brave touch. So many shirts around him. Amadals wins the ball back. Doesn't need to score, though, Rich, does he? Just look after the ball.
But a 5th goal makes it very, very nice for you. With only a couple left on the clock.
Wins a corner, more time out the game.
Neither player really too aggressive with the goalkeeper movement, I've got to say.
Yeah, that's not been touched at all, that.
Constantly switching the taker as well.
Take every second he can. There's a World Championship spot on the line.
Does it go all the way back? That's the question.
More time out the game, and in time of 2 minutes, if he gets that win now.
Chance.
Look at the space for Ronaldinho. Ono will be there in support as well. Has he got the legs to get around? William Saliba digs it in into R9. Oh no!
He's a pen! He's a pen!
Penalty! Oh, no way! R9 from the spot to equalise at 4-4. Up he steps. Does score! How on earth? There's DMS Temple, that one back. He was 4-1 down.
We've got to see that flurry again. It's a lovely deep ball from Ronaldinho into the path of R9. It green times the shot, something he didn't do on the last chance. It's a 80 minutes in, from Ronaldinho, and you're just going to see that reaction. He's locked in. He's been to big events before as DMS10. He was top 4 at the Copa Libertadores last year. As you said, he won the Peruvian League to get his spot at the play-ins. And we've got an equaliser between Binho and even Nilsson as well.
If we get a moment to see the replay of that, maybe. Binho, winner of the Malaysian League, has pulled a goal back over there. Quick corner played in finesse. Out for another one. Extra time also to come straight away very shortly. In our other game, 30 players have already qualified for the FC Pro World Championships. We're in to find our final two. You got to feel for Amadal's, Rich, as well. We've just given away a 4-1 defeat. This was the goal that we missed.
Yeah, played down the near side, R9, firing it onto the edge of the box for Cruz. First time into Ruud Gullit and a finesse shot from Ruud Gullit. And maybe that's why we've seen even Nilsson on that last attack with a couple of finesses from the edge of the box saying, you've opened up my mind and I'll try a couple.
Well, he's sort of the most complete player, Ruud Gullit. Most in-game stats currently on FC24. He does have to his name the greatest of the game icon promo that he does lead.
It's just the play styles as well. Pinged pass, finesse shot.
Hello,
2 of the 4. Always settling over the crossbar. I think the role that we've talked about players as well, and power header as well, alongside anticipate. So just 3 you would say. Power header, not the greatest, but 3 elite tier playstyles that he does possess. And you see pings coming in there.
Well, extra time hasn't kicked off yet in the other game. As soon as it does, we'll try and give you both closing stages as best we can.
What minute was the goal? Was it 91?
It was just a coming together in the box, Rich, wasn't it? He timed it green. Was it a save or was it a defender that gave away
I
the...
think it was a save and then Maldini took him out after the ball went.
Tony
That's
Cruz,
beautiful.
what a ball that is there from Gullit, who nearly turned from goal scorer to provider. Oh, he's been dispossessed there. It's the coming together. He's got away with it.
Imagine being so close. You're playing in the exact stage where someone's going to be lifting the inaugural FC Pro World Championship, picking up 250k, and you don't even make it into the World Championship finals. So bittersweet. You're so close, yet so far. Shout out to Catalea floating into the back post. Weghorst's up, but I think a just offside claim there came through. Referee will play advantage.
Well, let's stay with this one to conclude this match, because unless it goes to extra time, there is to be a late winner. We might be in to find spot 31 in terms of who's going to be in action tomorrow.
See that run off the ball there from Weghorst? You can't really miss him. Pull it, that's a lovely over-the-top through ball. Rivaldo came back doing a bit of defensive work.
And yes, that is the Spaniard striker. Kossu is a right back. Expect to see that a lot over the next few days.
One full back for attacking, that's Alphonso Davies. The other one at Kossu. And what you've got Davies at left back with long ball pass plus, Kossu first touch plus at right back, so you can ping the ball with Davies and have confidence that you're going to be able to bring it down.
That could be a gift for Tony Cruz to the edge of the box. Will not take the risk to shoot from there. A couple of ball rolls, Arno. Finding Haaland, nice step over exit, still keeps him in possession. Waiting for the perfect time to strike. He sold 2 or 3 players back in there. Still in possession though, somehow. Can Arno twist and turn? It's a red time finish. B doesn't care. Because it might be the difference to send him into tomorrow's final 32.
A red time shot. There's a free kick on the edge of the box. He's red in action, but it feels like not even a green, but a golden opportunity. for Bozinho.
Well, goals are going in. We've heard there's been a goal in the other game in extra time. In case you missed it, Amadeus was 4-1 up in the game. Oh no, he hasn't, Rich. He has! He was 4-1 down. He's 5-4 up in extra time.
These games are simply must watch right now. The action that is unfolding in these last two playing spot opportunities have been electric.
And this is just a teaser of what is to come tomorrow. As we said, the group stage has come
3
tomorrow.
3 more days of this.
3 more days of action here from Berlin. Of course, you at home can enjoy it across the next few days as well. Tomorrow, 16 players will go through, 16 will be eliminated. We are playing play-ins today. Still 2 more spots to give away there. But for Dome, I mean, to pull that back, Rich, and to potentially go through.
It didn't seem feasible. The way that you were even talking about it with Anders up here, you're 4-1 down, you're thinking, yeah.
You're writing his name into tomorrow, aren't you?
He's going to be in. He's going to be in the draw. And then a pause in the game. You come back, you score 2 quick goals, you go into the last 10 minutes, 4-3. You give yourself an opportunity. And that's all you possibly can do.
It's such a tough game as well, Rich. This is the worst game to lose. Really is, isn't it? After you've waited so long since finding out that you've got your ticket in the play-ins of what can be. You said it was a 40% chance of getting into the FC Pro World Championships from the 20 players that came. 8 spots were available. A minute left plus additional time. Even Nilsson
taking the free kick.
giving away a free kick there.
And you're probably looking at the injury time as well in this.
Hello. This might be the last chance for him. Tony Cruz, Wakehorst. To keep your chance of getting to the FC Pro World Championship alive. No, I think that might be gone now. We spoke about an Indian player making history qualifying for the World Championships. We might be able to see a bit more history now. Representing Malaysia in Singapore. And that part of the FC Pro community. He will be there amongst the best 32 tomorrow. More surprises, more shocks keep coming here in Berlin, and we're only just getting started.
It's day one.
I mean, I've heard a goal.
It's day one of a truly unbelievable 4. And look what it means to Bozinho.
Congratulations to him, commiserations. Ivan Nilsson, he is out of the tournament. Won't be in the 32 tomorrow. He has...
This is 6-4.
Got a 2-goal lead now.
It's heartbreak for Ivan Nilsson. You can see the trophy from where you're playing. And you're playing in. You've got to play in to get into the tournament. 1 spot remains.
And as it currently stands, I mean, I'm not going to say this too strong because we've seen how many times this game has twisted and turned, but Dome, 15 in-game minutes away from taking the final spot, the 32nd spot. And that will be it concluded. All of our groups locked and loaded and ready to go. 8 groups, each made up of 4 players. 2 from each will make it through. That's another play there. Congratulations to that man, Bozinho. You will be back tomorrow. Go and get some rest. He's still got to find out what group he's in, Rich.
Yep, still got business to attend. However, you'll be going to bed thinking, I'm in the World Championships. I'm in the FC Pro World Championships, and I'm one of the 32 that's going to battle it out for maybe the most beautiful trophy I've ever seen that's been competed on, with aspirations of sitting in that head set up. Has to do it, why not? Bozinho.
And just looking at what's left to play as well, Rich, it's not a nice couple of groups left. Someone's going in the same group as Tex, Abimaka and Max of Ajax, and then the other player is going in the same group as the current world champion in Manu Bashore. He'll be alongside Levi Fint and Nervin, who qualified through the Polish league. Again, that will all be decided as soon As we have a full-time whistle in this extra time match. Just a big conversation happening between Madals and his coach. In the back of his mind, Rich will be thinking,
It was there.
it was there. I was 4-1 up. I shouldn't even be in extra time. Shouldn't even be losing.
The game was well and truly there. If just think as well, if you're watching right now at home, this is day one. Think of who's coming to play over the next 3 days. Think of the stakes. It's going to be fireworks here in Berlin. And I cannot wait.
Changes made. John Stone's coming on just to freshen up the defence. One of these chances needs to break from. Just about keeps it in play there, Desano. Start to see it now, can't you? 10 minutes. Away from the promised land of the final 32. Massive for him as well, be his first ever World Championships that he's qualified for.
I like the patience.
Down McAllister, Omri, something's got to go. It's got to happen now.
The patience is really good, just keeping the ball, keeping it ticking over. You know you've got time. 10 minutes in 9-minute halves, but you can't make mistakes like that. Why are we playing short on a corner anyway?
Possession given away, and be lucky to get one chance, let alone two now with the time ticking down. Nice step over exit. Ronaldinho, there's the one more pass. Dome might be on his way to what is the best comeback we've seen so far, and we're only in day one.
It's just the small margins. You play a short corner, you give the ball away, you've got bodies up the pitch, and this step over exit, Maldini's nowhere near him. He then has to commit with Sleator. It opens up the space for R9, and it's guaranteed goals. Even if it's red timed, we've seen them go in today with R9 in that space. I think Madal's...
It's mentally, isn't it?
Your head's gone. Like, anyone's would. You're in cruise control, you're in a fantastic position, and then just a chain reaction that even the biggest Dome fan wouldn't have predicted or hoped for.
It's the case of watching that clock tick down now. Vitinha, why not have a strike? Such a hard game to lose, as we keep on saying, because you are so close to the promised land. Step over exits pretty. R9, get him in. He will be there tomorrow.
There's a whole host of supporters, other players on the top balcony here of the arena cheering on what they're seeing here from Dome. Another South American to add in to this true global festival of FC that culminates on Saturday with one player lifting that FC Pro World Championship. Will it be a South American?
Truly remarkable. Domenico Suarez will be there, regardless of what happens across the next 3 days, to end the season knowing that he's been to the biggest event of the year after winning his local league. And coming so close, as you said, in the CONMEBOL Libertadores. Now he's got a chance to shine tomorrow. Added time of 1 minute. Full-time result. That's your final ticket given away. What a comeback. 4-1 down. He is there in the World Championships. Tears between the two of them. This means so much more than you think.
It's life-changing. It really is.
And he'll be thinking about later tonight. That technical pause did him wonders. Just to have a 10, 15 minutes just to sit back and somehow reset.
He'll be looking up tonight. He'll be going to bed thinking, whatever was looking over me, thank you very much. Because, look, very rarely do we even get those length of pauses. It happened for him. It happened in this game. One player then flourished and one player fell down.
Yeah.
And when you look now at what we've got, he's going to get pulled into a group, and you've got to think, why not? Like, you were dead and buried at 77 minutes in the game, and then you go and win 8-4 in extra time.
As we said, look, Bazinho is through, and of course, Dome is through as well. They're either going to be pulled into Tex's group or Manu's group. Let's not hang about any longer. Let's head out to FG to conclude. Where on earth those players are going to end up ahead of tomorrow?
Thank you very, very much to Brandon Smith and Richard Buckley. Me and Casey are on the host desk, and let's get him in, shall we? Let's get Dome in.
Let's do it.
Straight ready to see which one of the last two groups he will be drawn into. And we'll also invite Nico, his translator, on to the stage.
All right, well, let's get straight into it. I need to know, how did you make that comeback happen? What are your emotions right now?
Cuántas emociones y cómo
Big one.
logramos que llegaras a este punto del partido, de dar la vuelta completamente.
No, en verdad fue un conjunto de emociones todo el partido. Estar 4-1 abajo y justo se va la conexión, hablé con mi coach. Era la última, teníamos que ir todo para arriba. Encontré el gol rápido, le hago el siguiente 4-3 rápido, me mantuve en la presión. Lo empato, nos damos el tiempo extra y bueno, la victoria no es indescriptible, es un sueño para mí clasificar al Mundial, representar al Perú, a Sporting Cristal. Nada, muy contento.
Yeah, it was super complicated to be 4 down and then like talking with the coach and get back to the game, and it's a lot of emotions. It's so important for me to be here from Peru, and yeah, the match at the end ended up in the best way.
Wow, what a journey it's been for you. What a day it's been for you. Over to you. The power's in your hands. Pick your ball. Let's see which group you're going in. Group F, which is the group with Tex. Listen, all the best. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow. I'll take that back off you, and thank you as well, Nico, for joining us on the stage. Now, Case, it wasn't just one man who went through, there was two of them. And he's been waiting in the wings very patiently. Let's bring him up now. First things first, you pretty much know, unless we've made a real mistake, which group you're going in, which will be the group with Manu Bashore in. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a tough group, but every group in the World Cup is crazy, so yeah, you know, we're just gonna try my best, and yeah, I'm thankful to be here. Crazy win, so yeah.
Who do you think is your biggest competition in that group?
Who's in my group? Exactly. Who's in the group?
Well, I'll tell you what.
We'll find out soon.
Let's just make sure everything's going right here on the broadcast. And if you just pick out the one ball, and we will tell you the exact group you are in.
And that is Group G.
Group G indeed, which includes the likes, like we said, of Manu Bashore in that group, Levi Finn as well, and Nirvan as well.
So now you know who is the biggest competition in that group.
World Cup champion.
All right, here you have it.
He's probably the craziest player there. So, but everyone's there deserves to be there. So you know, I'm just gonna take one game at a time and see what happens. Yeah.
Well, listen, a massive congratulations. The hard work has been done today, but you'll be back tomorrow. We look forward to welcoming you back tomorrow. We'll let you head off that way to enjoy the rest of your evening or practice whatever you're going to do. Thank you very, very much. What a day, Casey.
What a day.
And what a place.
Beautiful. Berlin is beautiful.
I feel like I should just go for a walk on the set.
A walk?
Let's just go for a walk and see
if we can
find a couple of our friends waiting. I can see them looking at us just over there behind us. What's been your highlight of the day so far?
Oh my goodness, so many great moments. I mean, people may not have performed as well on the group stage, but then they came into here in the second or third spot, and they're all the way through to a world championship. Insane.
Insane indeed, a bit like what these two are wearing, Grav and Ryan Pessoa. What a day. Any highlights for you specifically, Ryan?
Ooh, I would say Charanjot being the first player from India to qualify for the World Cup. I think that's a big accomplishment for him, and I'm sure he'll do his nation proud as well.
And Mr. Grav, we've seen you being multilingual as always, speaking Spanish on your intros, not falling over yet.
Not fall, but I was looking at you over there. I'm like, they're gonna fall, they're gonna fall, they're gonna trip. But of course, you're not me. I would have tripped there. But my starting line is a power. That first half, that 4-0 was amazing. I think with the experience he has, he can bring it over for tomorrow and qualify.
Now, interestingly enough that you just mentioned that man, Iso Power, he is our Sony PS5 player of the day. It's not really a surprise, Casey, is it?
It's not. He had a very, very rough group stage, and to come into this last game and be so dominant is very impressive. Plus, he's been in the scene for so long, and so it's kind of deserved at this point. I really think that he's been working very, very hard for years now, and now he's in a position where he's in a world championship.
Ryan, how far do you think this man can get in this competition? Because I know you rate him very highly. You said it even before the game that you expect him to do well. How far can he go?
To be fair, he started off very poorly in his group stage. I believe he was 0-2, me and Grav were just double checking. So he had to bounce back, win 2 in a row. And again, I thought he was, if you ask my prediction as a cert to finish top of his group, Isopower would have been that #1 name on there. But he done the job nonetheless. Do I think he can get through his group? It's a tough one. He has to perform on his top level.
So yes or no? Yes or no? Come on, predictions.
I'm doing a Casey.
And I don't blame him. Let's take a look there. You can see on the screen the group he is in. PH, Sin, Jafonso and Virgil. Grav, as groups go, that is a very, very tough group.
I don't know. For me, PH is strong at the moment. Jafonso did perform really well at Weekend Wednesday over the past month or so. And Virgil, I mean, the way he performed at this area is crazy. So I'm gonna say it's a power. No, not going through.
Casey?
No prediction there.
No surprise here.
FG, come on.
I'm the host. Listen, right, okay, so the next one is the group of death. And when we say group of death, Ryan, I'm pretty sure every single player wanted to avoid the group with Emre Yilmaz, Fuma, and Johnny. And the man who got it is the first ever Indian player to play at the World Championships. Look, if you're going to do an underdog story, you might as well do it in this group.
Yeah, you know what though? I'm going to say Group A is the death in my opinion. I'm actually going to say that. I think this one obviously is insane. You've got Emre Yilmaz, Fuma, Johnny, Charanjot now joining them. For Charanjot to get through, for me, is
not doable, I guess.
I don't know. I don't see it.
You know what the craziest thing about this is, Grav, right? Me and you both know what he's doing here. He's refusing to say what he thinks so he can continue to sit on the fence. Listen, tomorrow's going to be a special day, Casey.
It is.
What are your predictions?
Oh, I can't do that. I would just like to say every single competitor has worked so hard to get to the stage right now, and so anything can happen. Anyone that you might consider an underdog might come out on top and beat a massive player in the scene.
Grav, as a former, or as a current pro, sorry, and Ryan as a former pro, did you guys get to do these shots as well that we're seeing on the screen? Because you must feel really good when you do that.
Didn't look as good as these.
No, they didn't look as good as this. I mean, they're amazing the way.
So cameras have developed from when you played.
No. Stop it, I'm leaving.
Listen, the next few days are going to be absolutely incredible, and we'd love for you to join us here. We're going to be back tomorrow, we're going to be back the day after, and the day after, and there's going to be viewership rewards for you guys to keep yourselves entertained and hopefully have some better pat luck than Casey, because you've not really done very well on FC this year. And she also lost 4-0 to me yesterday.
That is false.
I'll just add that in.
That is false. Then I won 4-2 the next one, so...
First game only counts. I think everybody watching knows that. Listen, thank you so much for watching the play-ins today. We've got our group stages, and tomorrow we're going to find out who is going to make it to the final 16. 2 o'clock tomorrow on air. Don't be late, and we'll see you then. This competition is quite simply the pinnacle of FC Pro.
Bellingham, De Bruyne, this is where you need to step